Yeah, that's right. Fred the Turkey of Deptford Township, New Jersey. Now, Fred the Turkey, so named because he's a turkey named Fred. He is one of Deptford Township's, as they say, most famous residents, and the town loves him. They call Fred, and I quote, a bit of a handful, but he's our handful, and we love him. All right, well, last April, Fred the Turkey was actually named Deptford Township's Citizen of the Month. He was described as, quote, a local celebrity who both delights and annoys motorists. He reacts notoriously, and he's earned recognition from both the mayor and the city council. Now, not bad for a turkey, right? Anyway, they said that Fred was a delight and annoying to motorists because he's best known for hanging out at the DHY Motorsports and attacking cars. You drive by, Fred runs after your car. Yeah, Fred was killed when he was hit by a car. It's been a sad day.
Hey, man.
Hey, look, man. You got to pay
spot to hang out. The old Pyramid Brewing should throw the Winterfest over there, right? Or something like that, yeah. And we did that show together. I'll never forget that show, man. Those dudes stage diving and him telling me the story behind, which I'm not going to share on the air, but he's like, you know how Peaches was made. I was like, no, please explain. I'm not going to explain it to you, but
well, I think we get a pretty good idea.
Yeah, you know, I can imply.
But a lot of his stuff does sound like music for kids.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. And my daughter, I've taken her to one of the Cast for Baby Pants shows, and it's incredible, dude. It's really, really good music, and the kids love it, man.
Yeah. Didn't he do some kid songs for a while?
Yeah, Cast for Baby Pants.
That's kind of what he does now, I believe.
That's what he does now. He's full time.
Man, now someone said it was the West Seattle Beer Festival or something like that. So this guy's playing. I didn't realize it was him, and I'm like, obviously this is for kids, and there's a ton of kids there. And I'm like, but it's not that bad. And my wife's like, dude, it's the guy from Presidents. I'm like, that explains everything. All right, But I remember someone said, can you believe that guy's writing kids music now?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
You heard the Presidents, right?
Yeah,
yes, I believe he's writing kids music.
No. What do you mean? Like,
come on.
What is the definition of endless love? What is the definition of endless love?
A long tennis match.
Actually, yes. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder playing tennis.
Damn.
Why can't Michael Jackson cook a sunny side up egg?
Because he's dead?
No, because he'll beat it. And people said I'd never get over my obsession with Phil Collins.
Oh, yeah?
But take a look at me now.
Hi, you're going to Vegas. So like Coke said, you're going to Vegas, A, step one done. 2, be careful where you're buying all this Coke from. There's going to be some shady guys out on the floor, maybe some shady women. Either way. Step 3, do what you got to do, stay up till sunrise, go to a pool party, and get hammered.
Yeah, listen, man. You want to hear some words from Felix Foxworthy? It's real simple. If you're my crib tonight, put on a raincoat, because it's going to be raining Ave.
My heavens. Or if you're like a normal person living in Seattle, it should be just a few passing clouds tonight with a low of 36. Tomorrow, I expect it should be partly sunny with a high of 56.
Oh, it's getting up to 69 in my joint.
Felix!
The elevator slowly drifted down to the next floor, and the doors open. There was like 4 people standing out there looking at me like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Hanging out eating lunch, man.
Yeah, it had to look crazy.
I have to admit, I'd be a little surprised if the doors open. There's a dude sitting on the floor eating his lunch.
The second time I got on an elevator, it was a big club party. The entire elevator, wall to wall, corner to corner, people, all brothers from my club. And I was like the last one getting in. And I said, I looked at everybody in there and I said, this elevator's going to get stuck. So what do you think I did? I got in. The elevator got stuck, and it got stuck between floors, and the doors opened.
Oh, yeah, that's a weird. Do you climb up or do you jump down?
Oh, this one guy freaked out, man. He was like, I got to get out of here. I was like, no, you're going to get cut in half.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but bro.
He said, I don't care, and he jumped right through the opening, man. It was crazy.
Wow. Little
Geronimo!
Man.
And that's how we got into it, man, because they wouldn't let us compete, right? They were like, yeah, Safe Camp's all about being safe, and we think that competition breeds danger. And we're like, this is really weird, man. That's what it's like. Competition breeds danger. Danger. And so we decided they would let us play Frisbee without keeping score, which is cool, you know. So that's what got me really into it. And I went back home, and I was going to Washington Middle School at the time, and they was like, yeah, man, we have a Frisbee team, wanted to come play. So I just went and played and got really into it. And then when I got into high school, I dabbled in other sports, football, and I played a little bit of, I did some wrestling. And that really got me in great shape, but I was like 135 pounds, you know, soaking wet. There's no way.
Right.
It wasn't happening for me, man. So it just made me better with Frisbee. And then in 2004, I became one of the best players in the world for my age bracket.
Is that bringing any money in?
Hell no.
Do they pay for the traveling or anything?
No, you know, back in the day, they kind of screwed around with some sponsors. I remember, I think it was Jose Cuervo.
Great for a bunch of kids. Why didn't Noah fish when he was on the ark?
Why?
He only had 2 worms. If you ever want to build a big ship to save animals from a flood, come to me.
Oh, yeah?
I know a guy.
I saw one today driving around.
So what?
What's it? How do trees feel in the spring?
How do they feel?
Relieved.
Okay, all right.
What do you call a can of nacho cheese in a fallout shelter? What do you call a can of nacho cheese in a fallout shelter?
I don't know.
Justin Queso.
Okay.
Last man standing.
Dr. Jonathan Kane is the name for which Batman villain? He did pop up in one of the movies.
Freeze?
Nope.
Penguin?
Scarecrow.
All right, Nick, either way, this is your last question. You've reached 10, so you are the new biggest dummy.
You don't sound dumb.
No, you don't.
No, you don't, man.
You just
I like you.
Yeah.
You're just an idiot. You know, what can we do?
This is the brown pie for you.
Sometimes we make friends with stupid people. You know, what can one do? All right. Your question. What king was murdered by Macbeth? Give you a hint, he was known for his donuts.
King Cream?
Kaiser? No, that's not a donut. I don't. King Donut Hole. Who knows? I'll be
Duncan?
Duncan. King Duncan.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, congratulations, Dick.
Nick, congratulations.
Be proud of
Our
yourself.
new biggest dummy. According to the song Under the Boardwalk, what 2 foods can you almost taste?
What do foods you almost taste?
Yeah, what 2 foods can you almost taste? As Ted is singing the song to
I'm
himself.
trying to get it.
Under the boardwalk.
I don't know. Tacos and tamales. I don't know.
Tacos and tamales.
I'm just guessing because he's at a boardwalk.
Think boardwalk food, right?
Like a hot dog?
That's one of them.
And it's an older song. Popcorn?
Nope, hot dogs. And
Cotton candy?
what did your dad drop after waiting in line for him?
French fries?
Yeah, hot dogs and french fries.
the
A
line?
seagull crapped
All
on
the
it.
French fries. Yeah, I wouldn't. I know the song.
So wait, a seagull crapped on the fries.
And his head.
Oh, I thought
He didn't drop him. He pooped right on him.
And now, the Men's Room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Head And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4500. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith,
Hello.
and Mike Hawk. And you are in the men's room. On tap today, your guess is as good as mine. Categories: the top 10 Easter candies ranked, and stand-up comedy. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drink it to drunk.
All right, here we go. Kentucky man is arrested for robbery after winning $167 million Powerball jackpot. Meanwhile, the New Mexico Zoo's opening has to be delayed after one elephant needed to be caught. $5 million Airbnb destroyed by 800 partying teens. A woman denied sex, beats her boyfriend with a belt that she took from her jeans. And a seeing eye dog identifies a blood clot in owner's leg and saves his life. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, the band Sublime will release their first album in 30 years. And I know what you're thinking. Sure, no one was asking for that, but they're doing it anyway. So why so long between albums? Well, the original vocalist, one Bradley Knoll, he died 30 years ago. So who's their new lead singer for Sublime? Bradley Knoll's son, Jacob. See, like Jason Bonham or Wolfgang Van Halen and seemingly 70% of everyone in Hollywood, the kids are following in their parents' footsteps. I mean, hell, even Joseph Baina, he's following in his father's footsteps. So who is Joseph Baina? Well, believe it or not, he is the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this past weekend, Joseph won his first bodybuilding competition, like his father did 3 decades ago. Actually, I want to say this kid got 3 gold medals, whatever the different disciplines are, etc. Now, we know that Joseph lifted weights and all that, but it doesn't hurt to have good genetics. Not everyone is so lucky. Whether you're just straight up ugly, and yeah, you know who you are. Whether you're balding, have a predisposition for certain diseases, susceptibility to certain injuries. Well, genetics, they have a major impact on what you can or sometimes what you even want to do. You don't get much choice in that situation, but that's how it goes. Sometimes we're like our parents strictly because of genetics. Sometimes we intentionally follow in their footsteps. Sanford & Son, for example. And sometimes we intentionally do not follow in their footsteps. But whatever the case, today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is, for better or worse, how are you like your parents?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram and Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
All right.
Okay. Birthday time brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Deo. Ola gents, today's my son Rowan's 4th birthday. He definitely keeps my blood pressure up, but also at times is able to lower it for me. I love this little man with half my heart because his sister has the other half. For a 4-year-old, I'd say he's pretty smart, but I also still very feral. I can't wait for the spring and summer, and I'll be teaching him how to ride a bike, and we'll be going on many adventures. So can I get some shotgun gets? And after all, since he is turning 4, Mike going crazy with the fart sound effects, because he's going to love it. Thank you guys, gentlemen. Talk to you soon on the radio. That from Ryan the Iceman. Get! I think get! Oh, you get! I say get. Guys, please give Sue some green beans for her birthday today. Love your show. Appreciate it.
Green bean. What?
Green bean.
Okay.
Green bean. Yeah. Green bean.
All of Michelle, today is my big bro Eric's 39th trip around the sun, and he gets to celebrate in Las Vegas, Nevada. Gonna get a burp fart and a Kevin Hart dam, some dad jokes from the great Miles Montgomery, some sound advice from Coke Ted about how to properly celebrate in Vegas, and maybe a little bit of the Inaction news team riffing about the weather or something. I'll thank you guys. You rock. That from Elliot.
Damn.
Okay. Guys, always remember to be thankful for the small things in life.
Oh, yeah?
Unless it's your penis. What is the definition of endless love? What is the definition of endless love?
A long tennis match.
Actually, yes. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder playing tennis.
Damn.
Why can't Michael Jackson cook a sunny side up egg?
Because he's dead?
No, because he'll beat it. And people said I'd never get over my obsession with Phil Collins.
Oh, yeah?
But take a look at me now.
Hi, you're going to Vegas. So like Coke said, you're going to Vegas, A, step one done. 2, be careful where you're buying all this Coke from. There's gonna be some shady guys out on the floor, maybe some shady women. Either way. Step 3, do what you gotta do, stay up till sunrise, go to a pool party, and get hammered.
Yeah, listen, man. You want to hear some words from Felix Foxworthy? It's real simple. If you're at my crib tonight, put on a raincoat, because it's going to be raining Av.
My heavens. Or if you're like a normal person living in Seattle, it should be just a few passing clouds tonight with a low of 36. Tomorrow, I expect it should be partly sunny with a high of 56.
Oh, it's getting up to 69 in my joint.
Felix!
Then I was checking into my hotel room in Vegas, and there's 2 dudes in front of me. And so we're just, casually chit-chatting. And then I see them the next morning. I'm walking to Denny's to go to breakfast.
All right.
He's like, you remember how I told you maybe I'd thinking about looking for some cocaine? I was like, yeah. He's like, we found it. Pretty sure that was just straight meth, bro.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, it depends on where you're staying, but I mean, I've just been gambling at 2 in.the morning. And people will offer to
randomly
sell.
go.
Oh, absolutely.
At some point, they must not care. Because you're going to spend more money.
They don't care. If you're going to stay up and keep spending money in their place, like, all right.
Hello, amigos. Today I'm leveling up to 44. A happy birthday to a couple buddies for the same day, Will H. and Angie B. Even though your show is a year-long gift, may I also please ask for Coach Ted's thoughts on the Mariners' upcoming season, a couple of gets from Thrill, dad jokes from Miles, and everyone talking over themselves with an Italian accent about their favorite pizza toppings. Thanks so much, guys. That from Zick.
All right. The Mariners are in a little bit of a weirder spot than normal. A, because they're expected to be good. They were good last year, right? We were a few outs away from making the World Series. The Mariners have never made it to a World Series. That would be a massive thing. Mariners are going to do it, all right? They got hitting. They got pitching. There's going to be some low spots this year, but that's baseball. Don't worry. When it's June and July, the dog days, they'll get through it. But they're going to go. They're going to go through the playoffs. They're going to get to the World Series, and at the end of it, Cal and Randy are going to shake hands.
Jesus.
We dap each other up.
Get.
I say get. I said get.
Couple dad jokes. Why didn't Noah fish when he was on the ark?
Why?
He only had 2 worms. If you ever want to build a big ship to save animals from a flood, come to me.
Oh, yeah?
I know a guy.
I saw one today driving around.
So what?
What is it? How do trees feel in the spring?
How do they feel?
Relieved.
Okay. All right.
What do you call a can of nacho cheese in a fallout shelter? What do you call a can of nacho cheese in a fallout shelter?
I don't know.
Justin Queso.
Okay.
Last man standing?
As far as my favorite pizza topping, let me just tell you this. Number one, first and foremost, with Ayron's pepperoni pizza right now. That would be pepperoni. And I don't want the big pepperoni like the salami size nibble. I want the teeny tiny quarter size nibble pepperoni. That's
You
my
know what I'm
favorite.
saying? Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ja, the Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefly.
Well, look who it is walking right into the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Ayron Jones and the dog. Oh, the sun with him this time.
Dapper looking son.
Wow. Man, oh, man. Unbelievable. And you made it right on time.
Yeah, man. You know, I be trying, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know.
No baseball traffic, none of that going on yet?
No, it's all good. The baseball stuff was, well, it's not terrible yet, but it's getting started. But,
Yet.
Okay.
I feel like the Seattle traffic has changed over the last decade or two, and it's hard to predict when the rush hour starts, you know?
Well, they replaced all of the roads with traffic cones.
Yeah.
Are you figure it out?
Are you living in the Issaquah area? Or you
Yeah, I live over in Newcastle.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And who was the dapper young man you brought there?
This is Stellar J, man. He's
Does
my,
he
my
always stunk
follower.
like that, man?
Yeah. Do you want to say hi on the microphone? No, he's good.
Yeah.
You want to say hi?
My man is dressed.
Tell your best friend hello. You got any friends?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. He's being shy.
I get it. I get it, man.
Yeah,
He does look sharp.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Like, good Lord.
I
I
saw-
thought it was your lawyer.
Good
Yeah,
news
I
for
know.
you.
I thought so too. Right? I wish. I'd be tired if I had a lawyer like this.
If you're in downtown Issaquah now, I saw where they're putting in where the Triple X Burger used to be. They're putting in a Burger Master.
Yeah, dude. The Burger Master. I know, classic, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Classic, dude. You know?
Speaking of that, I thought you were going to bring in a pizza today, and I handled a Jack Daniels.
And I handled Jack Daniels. Yeah, we made that. Your lawyer should have told you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your deal, Stellar J? Thought you're on top of the pizza, man.
No, Dad!
I'm gonna
Don't
stay
leave me!
Well, that's a little bit easier. At least he's sitting down now, higher up, so you can hold on.
Yeah,
to
he's
him.
good to go.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's new with you, man?
Man, you know, I've been trying to work on this record for the past 3 or so years, and we're just getting inching closer and closer and closer. Man, I just want to make sure I get the right product out there. You know, I think it's been a while since I put something out there in the world, and I've been so stingy about releasing stuff because it's like I set the bar so high for myself. You know what I mean? So.
Are you an overthinker as far as like, because a lot of times, guys, it doesn't matter what kind of art you do, right? So it can be visual art, audio art. It's one of those. Ooh, I need to add one more thing, right? Like you can't just say this is.
You can't let it go.
Yeah, no, I'm an overthinker when it comes to the bar I set for myself. Yeah, dude, you know, my last single was a #1 hit, man. So it's like I'm always going, man, you know, it'd be nice to get #1. But it's even better if I make authentic music that people can really enjoy, and I release it the right way. That's where my head is at. It's not so much the creation process, but am I releasing this the right way? Am I doing the music due diligence to my fans, due diligence to get this out here and tell the story the right way? You know. So,
And you've had 3 of those, right? 3 number
yeah,
ones?
I've had two in America, and I had one in France recently. Yeah, and then one in Germany.
So what is it when you say as far as, you know, do I release it, right? Like what does that entail?
Like I could either release it on like Spotify or a DSP or Apple or something like that.
All right.
Or I can go to radio and try to actually like amplify the noise a little bit. You know what I mean? So
Well, I would say go to radio. I'm not partial to anything. Right.
the radio guy says go to radio. Weird.
I know it's weird.
I know you fulfilled your obligation with Big Machine.
Yeah.
And so, are you still just trying to debate which? Do you have a new label yet, or are you still just looking around fishing?
We're kind of just fishing right now. You know what I mean? Saying we got a deal. But it's you know, it's gonna help us really get the album out. We're not really settled on anything right now. You know, we're just kind of like, as long as we can get the help to put the stuff out, we're just kind of happy. You know what I mean? And that's
Sure.
what it is. I really want to be able to do it, and if I can do it in my hands. You know, being signed to a label was great, and I got a lot out of it in terms of the audience and the experience and all the things. You know, I think that you kind of sacrifice a bit of creative control and storytelling when you do that, because the marketing machine has an idea on how to sell it and it works. You can't
Right.
knock it. But with that, you kind of lose control of being able to tell your own kind of story, you know. So I want to be able to tell my own story and put my own stuff out, you know.
How long do you debate something like that? Because you make the good point, like, look, you know, artistically, I want to do what is true to me. It's what it is to be an artist, right?
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, you're right, like, They know how to market. They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Like, how long do you debate that in your head? Like, you have a great machine behind you, but maybe it takes something away.
You got to go give or take. You kind of go give and take. You say if it works, if it's working, and whatever you guys are doing is working, then I have to trust your expertise.
Sure.
The party also has to go. How do I make sure?
Debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9. KISW.
All the patrols, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,500. What a large and a charged program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of your guest is as good as mine. Today's categories. We have the top 10 Easter candies ranked by popularity and sales here in the United States.
Yeah, I'm just not big on Easter candy. I know.
Is it the second biggest candy holiday of the year? Is it the third?
Gotta be.
I mean, is Christmas bigger? Or is that more about cookies?
That's cookies and pie and all that.
Well, yeah, but you do have Christmas candy and the stockings and stuff.
But that's like what candy canes. Maybe get a Reese's peanut butter cup, something like that. But that's it.
No, it's not really specialized for the holiday. You might be able to get a chocolate Santa.
Sure.
Or something like that. But for the most part, look, Reese's is going to put out whatever the holiday is. It's going to be a pumpkin.
They put out a tree.
It's going to be a tree. It's going to be a bunny. It's going to be, you know what you're getting out of that deal. But you can get a Reese cup anytime you want. With Easter, you get things like Peeps. The resurgence of the Cadbury egg that people really don't,
And the Cadbury mini eggs, which are great.
Right?
Do they advertise anytime other than Easter? Because
I don't think so.
I'm just thinking, like, they're around all year, but the only time I see ads for Cadbury is Easter.
It's kind of like those chocolate oranges, right?
Yeah.
From England. Like, I like them. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can buy them any time of year, but you really only buy them at Christmas.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So these are the Easter variety of that. So we've got the 10 best Easter candies ranked by popularity and by sales. And then we have for you a list that was put together of the 20 funniest stand-up comedians of all time. Now, obviously, this is subjective. But if somebody makes you laugh, they make you laugh. If you enjoy someone's comedy and they're your favorite, they're your favorite.
Who put out the list?
This was actually an online vote.
Okay.
For people just throwing out their favorite comedians. So we have a list of 20. If you can get 10 out of the 20 right, because again, what's the real, the study here? Like, there's nothing that says, like,
right. Who do you think's funny?
This guy made this much money on ticket sales or comedy albums or movies or whatever the deal is. They don't break it down into anything that makes sense other than, I think this guy is the funniest.
Sure.
Okay?
It's also tough because everybody has a different view of great comedians.
Absolutely.
And what you like. Absolutely. And a lot of these are newer comedians.
I was going to say, there's going to be recent bias.
Yeah, there was some on there that I couldn't believe that did not show up. But some of those guys, more so than being comedians, back in the day, they were really just joke tellers.
Bless you.
I'm not saying that's not doing comedy. I'm saying Rodney Dangerfield would go up there and tell jokes.
It's all just one-liners. That was the whole thing. Right. There was no story.
There was a bunch of people that used to do that. They would go out there and just do that kind of comedy.
I'm a big fan of Red Fox.
Yeah. Andrew Dice Clay.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do one-liners. I cannot believe he's not on the list in some capacity just based on the difference he made in the comic world at the time when he was popular.
Sure.
He was a very popular comedian. He was raunchy. He was one of those in-your-face guys. He did do one-liners, but he also told jokes, and he also did some stand-up.
He is, but he's so specific on, like, that style.
He is. Yeah.
That's why I'm not shocked he wouldn't be on that list.
He's not. He is not. So, coming up at 4:30, your guess is as good as mine, the top 10 Easter candies and the top 10 stand-up comedians of all times. And today on the question, we're going to talk about your parents, for better or worse. There are traits that they pass on to you. A lot of them include how you look. How you act, your personality. Typically, you will take different things from your mother. You'll take different things from your father as far as, not only just your genetics, but how you were raised, what you were taught, how you grew up, what music you listened to that your parents listened to. There's all kinds of things that, and what not to do with your own children.
Right, there's a lot that you won't do with your own children based on where you thought your parents went wrong, but how many times in the course of raising your kids do you realize, I'm going to take this quote from my mother or father only because it was effective.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sure they took it from one of their parents, so you end up saying kind of the same things, not because you want to, and it even bugs you that you're saying it, but in that moment, you realize, okay, this is why they said it, because it's effective.
Right. Now, my stepfather was not the biggest hunter. He wasn't. He didn't mind going out and taking his gun, his pistol, to the range or going outside and shooting that thing. But as far as actually going out and killing a deer, I don't think deer was his favorite food by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, if it's not, you're not going to go hunt deer.
And it's gamey as hell. But everyone I knew growing up, they took their kids to hunt. Sons, daughters, starting at the age of maybe 8 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then that lasts, a lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was one of those things where I was kind of envious about it for a couple of reasons. Number one, the first day of deer season was kind of one of the few unofficial days off that we had from school. Now, if you weren't going hunting, you had to go to school. Now, how do you prove that you did not go hunting? I know, but I had to go to school on those days. It was called Deer Day.
But I think it
happened every year. But I wanted to go out. I would have had the time off.
But the teachers know your parents. They do the parent teacher. They know that. So if you came and said I went hunting, they would say with who? And if you said, well, my dad, they'd be like, BS. You did not go hunting with that man.
I can say anything.
Maybe you could say your cousin, but you try to pass it on to your parents. They'd be like, dude, we know your parents. He did not take your ass hunting. There's no way.
I mean, the only thing I have close to that is the Million Man March happened while I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the black students got the day off to go.
Well, they were going.
Right. So like we had to go to school, but I mean, we didn't do anything.
Of course not.
Right? Because like more than half the school wasn't there.
Yeah, was it just the white kids in class that day?
It was, basically, it was just like the white kids and a couple of the Asian kids. And then I want to say by like lunch, like we just kind of looked at some of the teachers and was like, well, we're obviously not doing anything. Like some of the teachers were like, just go.
It's almost like the last 2 or 3 days of school at the end of the year.
Oh, they're completely worthless.
You're not doing anything. You're just kind of sitting there waiting for this thing to be over with.
Well, what about like the Seahawks Super Bowl march, right?
Yeah.
My kid is not a Hawks fan. He still went to the parade. He did not go to school, and he went with a bunch of his friends from school that are, in fact, Hawks fans. So the word I got was out of his class, and I don't know how many kids are in the class, maybe 25, something like that, but 5 kids were in class that day. All of them were unhappy. The teachers didn't want to be there because they're Hawks fans, but they didn't get the day off, right? Yep. And then one of the 5 kids, I will not say who it was, but I like this move, just said, yeah, I don't feel good. Run, rolled the hell out. It just went on.
I'm out.
There was nothing wrong with this kid. They knew damn well he wasn't sick, but none of his buddies were there. They were all at the parade. And when I got on the light rail, it was kids everywhere. And I'm like, nobody's going to school. I don't even know. Look, if you live in a city that has an NFL team, if they do win the Super Bowl and they do have a parade, honest to God, just shut down for the day. Those kids are not going because every mother and father wants to take their kid to the parade. It's not a guarantee that you go back. So it's like, look, maybe it's once in a lifetime, maybe it's not. But I don't think any kid had to beg their parents to get off that day. I think if it's like, Dad, I want to go to the parade. Okay, let's go. Get on the light rail.
And I think it depends. Like, I don't know. Right? Like if your kids goes to school all the time, like I don't see what the horrible thing is. Like, so once in a while you take them on a trip that's probably not during spring break.
They're going to miss 1 or 2 days.
Right. So I'm with you. Like, they go to a parade that's going to happen maybe once in their lifetime or once while they're in that school. Like, who cares?
And the thing is, nobody, because of what that parade was, no one was in school. I don't even know why they had it open. So, like, what did they miss? They didn't miss anything. Whatever the teachers had planned for that day, they didn't do it that day because 80% of their students were not there.
By the time I was 6 or 7 years old, my parents would take me to as many Mountaineer, West Virginia football games as they could. And my stepfather had a guy that worked the gate, and basically we would sneak in.
Yeah.
We knew where we could sit in the student section because we did not have an assigned ticket. And typically with the student section, it's like, all right, 2,000, 3,000 kids are going to go here. You just go over and sit in their section. So, there's no assigned seating over there. But I even though the team wasn't very good at the time, they eventually became better when I was about 10. But I had a love of football. I mean, football was my number one sport. I practiced every single day. I go outside and kick. I go outside and punt. I would throw to friends. I love football. And it was all based on the fact that also my mom, her whole thing was she loved the marching band.
Oh, was that her go-to?
So we would all go as a family. It was one of the few things that we really did together as a whole. Like they would do their own parent things.
Sure.
Kids get a babysitter. Kids would do other things. But that was the one activity that we always did together. And because of that, my entire room was decorated with football stuff. I started playing football in 3rd grade, and I didn't stop until I was 21.
In Texas, they call you a late bloomer.
Yeah, I mean...
3rd grade, why'd you make that ball wait till he was 8 years old?
And it was, and we practiced every single day, it seemed like. And it was, it was like you do Oklahomas every day. You would do all these things that were just absolutely... And the equipment sucked. Like, if you look at the technology now...
Oh, God,
compared to then... I mean, that helmet was doing your more harm to your head than not. And everybody's thing was from the time that I was in third grade till the time that I graduated high school was, does your helmet look like it has been through a war? Do you have different colors on your helmet that are not your own team's colors?
Right.
You know who you played if you got green all over the side of your helmet. You know who you hit. You know who hit you. And it was just one of those things where, like, it was like a pride thing. So people,
of course,
people would lead with their head. They'd knock the living crap out of each other. But
that's how you taught how to hit.
Mm-hmm. But my mom would drive me to every practice. She'd pick me up after every practice. And she did this up until the point where I started college. At that point in time, I could
take care of yourself.
I could get there on my own. But that was definitely one. Just the love of the game of football. Every Sunday, sitting around, watching the Pittsburgh Steelers at the time because they were the closest city.
Right.
And we would turn down the volume, as you would say, Ted. We would put on Jack Fleming and Myron Cope. And we would watch the Steelers every single Sunday religiously. Like, I would be pulled out of church service, which was awesome, during football season at 12:30 so that we could get our ass home in time for the 1 o'clock kickoff. Now, any other time of the year, I'd have sit through the entire hour.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came time to play or watch football, and then game on, and then after that, we'd just go out in the yard and throw football.
Yeah.
Just kind of hang out and get ready for dinner.
I mean, sports obviously is massive in my family too, but everybody played it, and then you kind of rotated seasons, right? So in the fall, if you went to like grandma's house or whatever, I saw my cousins, you play football, right? And then by Easter dinner,
baseball.
Yeah, you're kind of. They had a hoop, so we had Easter dinner at their house. So
okay,
you get some shots up, and then wiffle ball all through the summer. But I mean, we had a solid rotation of sports.
Yep.
Right. We played every Thanksgiving morning. Everybody.
Did you call it the Turkey Bowl?
We called it the Turkey Bowl.
Everybody calls it the Turkey Bowl.
Right, and then it's always discussion. We're going to play tackle, 2-hand touch. There's always 2-hand touch because the adults were smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger's his son won his first bodybuilding competition. This was the child he had with the
nanny?
The nanny?
Or the
housekeeper?
Somebody on
an
his staff.
employee.
Is it Baena? Is it Joseph Baena? Is that what you said that?
I'm not sure. I just said Baena. I don't know.
All right, maybe Baena. Just made his dad proud. He took home his first gold at a bodybuilding championship over the weekend. Baena took home actually 3 gold medals from the NPC Natural Colorado State Championship in Denver on Saturday. And that event marked his bodybuilding debut.
Oh, really?
He'd never done this before. And obviously decades after his dad was the man around the world.
Was it Mr. Universe?
Mr. World. I mean, he
was everything.
Yes.
Right.
He touched them all. He was like if you won all the majors in golf, he was
the Grand Slam champion.
Whatever the one is in Ohio, the big one, he wins that one every year. Used to.
Well, it's the Arnold Championship now, right?
Oh, do they call it the Arnold?
It used to be something else.
Damn.
And they named it after him.
Yeah.
But
you notice they went with his first name.
Yeah.
You really go ahead and just use your first name on this one. Avoid any confusion.
Yep. He plays first in the men's open bodybuilding heavyweight class contest, as well as the classic physique, true novice, and classic physique novice contests. Also took home the silver medal in the classic physique open class C show. Whatever. Mission accomplished, Boehner wrote on his Instagram, he said, adding a gold medal emoji in a post. The official account for the Arnold Sports Festival, an annual competition for professional bodybuilders, strongmen, and fitness gurus, they were fired up after Schwarzenegger shared a supportive message in the comments. Let's go.
Yeah.
He was recently seen at the famed Gold's Gym in Venice, California, which is also where his dad used to train. He is 28 years old. He is the son of Patty Bea, former, they say, domestic employee of the Terminator star, and his ex-wife, Maria Shriver. I believe that was the end of that marriage.
That is what ended
I think
it.
so,
Because I want to say she had the son.
Ooh.
And the kid was like 7, 8, 9 years old or something. So the kid had been around, but Maria certainly did not know about it.
Baena was born 5 days after the birth of Arnold's youngest with Shriver. That would be Christopher Schwarzenegger. Both Patty and the former California governor claimed not to know he was the father until many years after his death.
She knew.
Yes.
She knew.
You could look at that. You could look at that kid back then. He looked like Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian.
That's exactly who he
The
was.
first time I saw that kid, I'm like, if I saw you at the airport, I'd be like, you know you're related to Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? I can tell. Do you know that? Damn, 5 days. The kid was born 5 days after.
You guys hear him go,
That's a busy week.
Yeah, it was.
On both ends.
Yeah. You might have to make the bet again. So our question, for better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK.
To continue to tell my story within that, so it's a little give and take, and you know what you sign up for too. I knew what kind of deal I was in for, and I knew that the label had a lot of say in terms of what I was going to put out there to the world, and luckily I was actually signed to a pretty cool label, which let me do a lot of my own stuff. But at the end of the day, they got the final say on what was going to work,
Right.
What's the line on I don't know, screw it, I'm making a pop album.
Yeah, the line. There's no line.
But I mean, because you could still, in theory, you could still do the stuff you want to do.
Yeah.
But do you ever just go, screw it, I want to make millions upon millions?
Yeah,
I'm just going to make a pop record?
You totally can do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody wants to get paid. Listen, man, my life is changed for the better. But I'll tell you, man, it's not like I got the same problems I had when I didn't have that didn't change. When I was bad, flat broke. I got the same issues that everybody else has.
We were going to ask, since you were going to bring a pizza in, how many pizzas for 5 kids, a wife, and you?
Oh man, that's a good question. Let me think. That's at least 3, and then if we really want leftovers, 4. Yeah.
That was my guess.
So if you want to just get pizza for a night, it's well over $100.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be over $100.
I'm looking for a pizza sponsorship for that much.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
That would be a bad gig.
No, it wouldn't
be.
A
pizza sponsor.
Yeah, until you get sick of pizza. Everybody loves pizza until you don't love pizza. You know what I mean?
Ayron Jones, but you're still doing some shows, even though whether you have new music or not, you're still playing.
I'm hard at work in the studio right now. I'm trying to get a record out on this side of the year. We got everything's in place, man. We just got to make sure we feel good about the songs and get everything figured out and packaged up and be able to get ready to announce it, But I really want to get an album out this side of the year. We're really close to making stuff happen, you know what I mean?
Do you ever bring your kids to the studio?
Yeah.
I mean, because, you get told, my kids love coming here. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, right, but also I'm working, man. This, it doesn't matter how fun it is, creative, whatever. I'm working, so my daughter will literally stand right next to me and keep writing me notes because she's commenting.
Yeah.
What we're doing, and I love it, and it's cute, and I love that it means something to them, but also damn it, baby, I'm working. So did you ever get any of that kind of hassle, or the kids going what does this button do?
All the time, dude. That's why I can't. I mean, I've been flying out to Nashville to work on this record, for the last 2 or 3 years or something like that. And the reason is because of that.
You just need a peace of mind for a minute.
because I can't do anything at home. If I'm home, it's I travel so much. So if I'm home, everybody wants me to be home. You know what I mean?
There's 5 of them,
right? Like home. You know, so. I can do demo stuff. I can mess around at home, but I got about a good solid hour or 2 before some kids in there wanting to press buttons and do stuff. And they're too cute. You can't say no.
I know. You're just
that's kind of adorable. You're really screwing up my vibe right now. If you want to keep eating, if you want to continue to live here, okay, I have to work, right?
What was it like doing the Star Spangled Banner for the Seahawks game?
Oh, it's always an honor, man. Those guys. I mean, the coolest thing about the Seattle sports teams is that they literally walk the talk. You know what I'm saying? Talk the walk the talk, dude. They always show up for the artists and the people that are trying to make moves in the industry, and always show recognition and an opportunity for people to see and get to know this. Even though you do something like the national anthem, there's a bunch of artists, people out there didn't know who I am or what I did before that, So
they didn't know you were a Frisbee star.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I am. I still play Frisbee, bro. Shout out to my homies at Seattle U on the Monday Night Pickups. You guys are my dogs.
Are you still good?
Am I still good, bro? I'm a former world champion, man.
I know.
I'm still great.
I love how you always end that. Former world champion.
Wasn't your teammate one of the best ever?
My teammate, my teammate was Sugar from 303 back in 2004, man. So he was one of the, he's he became a pop star right after that. It was crazy. We had just played in Finland, and I was like a year or two later, one of my buddies hits me up and he's like, "Yeah, man, did you see Sean?" I was like, "What happened to Sean? I thought something bad had happened." He was like, "Nah, dude, he's on VH1 right now."
but how weird is it, watching the Seahawks win a Super Bowl, knowing you have that relationship?
Yeah,
with that team.
It's amazing. It's crazy. Actually, it's insane. And it always blows my mind. I try to act cool and be cool most of the time because this is part of my thing, But I can't. I freak out. You see me at games. I took my son, not my older son, and one of the four to the game, and I played the NFC champion. That wasn't championship. It was like divisional round.
Yeah,
right?
you were out there before the Niners game. Right?
I got out there before the Niners game, and I was playing the opening to that. Like the tailgate party. And so my kid and my wife and I, we get, these seats, and the very first poor kid, like, "Okay, man, it's going to be loud." And the very first play, I'm like, "Kill him! Yes! Yes, God! Oh, touchdown!" Rashid, I hate, I'm freaking out. He's like crying now. He's, poor guy. And I'm like, I can't ease him into it. I want to ease him into it, but it's like, that's how I am. I'm a big sports fan, and I just love that. I get a chance to see my team win. Like that's not something we're used to here in the Northwest. I think the Pacific Northwest teams have always been about the hope to win.
Yeah. What about that return?
Yeah.
I mean, right. Beautiful. I went to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But I was sitting with Mike and a few friends when he returned that kick. We were going apex.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think about the Mariners' chances this year?
Man,
is this the best opportunity?
I can't speak on the Mariners, bro. You know what happens when you do that, bro. Whenever you're like, "Oh, the Mariners doing good this season, bro." I'm gonna say this, man. I hope they do all right. I hope they do good this year. We'll see what happens. Above 500 be nice.
We did that the entire year in the studio.
Yeah, you can't.
We almost didn't even want to talk about it.
You can't talk about how good the Mariners are doing. No one says that. You don't say it because you'll jinx it.
But why are they the team? When the Hogs started turning the corner and people started believing, the conversation was, "I believe this team has a shot." No one had a problem saying it. The Mariners, like Mike, almost forbade us. If they went on a win streak, he's like, "I know they do not speak about it." He's like, "Do not say anything." Why are the Mariners that team?
I think baseball is just more
superstitious.
Isn't that when we had the guy in the bathroom?
Yeah, yes. That was last playoff run. Oh, did you not hear the story?
Yeah. The guy went in the bathroom, and they started coming back, and it was like, he just had to stay in there. And the bar was packed.
Came back after like an 8-run deficit.
Yeah, dude.
Didn't say people are buying a beer.
To that story. I thought you guys kidnapped somebody.
Oh, no.
That one guy in the bathroom.
That'd be me if someone's going to kidnap
winning.
someone.
We couldn't stop. We couldn't let him leave.
But yeah, people were bringing them beers in the...
That's dope, dude. That's amazing.
Hey, Ron, you're playing a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
At the Amplify Courage show down at the Moore Theater with Brent, our buddy from Shinedown, and Zach. Nancy Wilson. Have you ever played with her? Or
Me and Nancy did a show. It was the Jameson show years ago, like 2014. Probably around that time, 2013, 2014, and we did this Jameson gig together, and that's how I got to know Nancy. Nancy was the person that turned me on to using peppermint oil before your warm-ups. Oh, really? So I got that trick from
really, it's funny because we talked to Bern from Shinedown, right? And Shinedown's doing A-OK for themselves. And we're talking about this gig, and he goes, "Look, man, I don't get starstruck, but he's going to pee himself when he meets Nancy Wilson.
Yeah.
Like, he has no, you need to, like, hold his hand and guide him through this.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's about to lose his mind.
I don't think she gets enough credit for how good of a guitarist she is.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
incredible.
like
you people say, like, what a beautiful woman, what an amazing band, how long they've been around, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
She can shred.
She can play, dude. Like really, 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 really play, man. Yeah,
yeah, that's gotta be cool.
That happens though. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing about guitar is that women don't get enough credit for being as good as they are, even though like they have been lockstep the whole way with the popularity of guitar.
Sure.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's unfortunate, but I can tell you right now that Nancy Wilson is up there as one of the greatest for sure.
More with Ayron Jones right after this.
Do you take pleasure
KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Here's the word, a handful of foursomes remain for the KISW Miles Montgomery Golf Classic presented by Pinky's Plumbing. Going down Monday, June 8th this year. We're headed up to Redmond Ridge Golf Club. Beautiful facility, unbelievable golf course. Food's just absolutely outstanding.
All right, good to know.
Get up there early, grab yourself some breakfast. I think we supply the breakfast for all of the tournament players.
I believe we do, yes.
And lunch as well.
And by we mean someone else entirely.
Exactly. Someone who can make the food. But the grand prize this year, tickets to Guns N' Roses with the Black Crowes up in Vancouver, BC. That show's August 29th. That includes 4 Amtrak tickets, 2 nights in 2 double rooms. You get 1 night, and you get 2 double rooms.
Right.
So you get 2 hotel rooms altogether for 1 night to see the show. Then you Amtrak it back home. We also have VIP tickets to Unwrapped, the acoustic holiday show going down this year once again. Godsmack tickets for their show at White River. Last place, once again, will be 1 small T-shirt.
Yes, to share among all of your friends.
But it's going to be a great day. So if you got to force them together, please sign up now. Bless you. At KISW.com.
You have any Hollywood music?
Do I have any Hollywood music?
Hollywood music.
I always have Hollywood music.
Well, look, today, there it is. We're talking, for better or worse, how are you like your parents, right? And a lot of people want to avoid being their parent. I'm just looking at people in Hollywood whose parents are also in Hollywood, right? And just,
well, this could take hours.
It is so many people. So you start with Jamie Lee Curtis. She's the daughter of Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis. Dakota Johnson, Melanie Griffith, and Don Johnson. Kate Hudson, Goldie Hawn's her mom. Nicolas Cage, related to Francis Ford Coppola. Laura Dern, her parents are Diane Ladd and Bruce Dern. Maya Hawke from Stranger Things. She's the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. Zoe Kravitz, daughter of Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz. Emma Roberts, daughter of Eric Roberts and the niece of Julia Roberts, because Eric and Julia, both in Hollywood, they're brother and sister. Michael Gandolfini, that's right, son of James Gandolfini. Billy Lord, did not realize this one, daughter of Carrie Fisher. Domhnall Gleeson, he was the redhead bad guy in the latest Star Wars movies, and he's on a sitcom now, which I cannot remember the name of. Son of actor Brendan Gleeson. Lewis Pullman, son of actor Bill Pullman. Mariska Hargitay, that's been on, Law and Order for the last 430 years? Yeah, she's the daughter of James Mansfield. Lily Collins, doing well for herself, daughter of Phil Collins and his forehead. Jennifer Landon, the daughter of Michael Landon, the entire Coppola family, which is Nicolas Cage, Sofia Coppola, and Jason Schwartzman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jason Schwartzman, the man who put his penis in the pie and American Pie. Think about that. He's related to the Coppolas. By the way, he recently pointed out the difference between American Pie being rated R and NC-17, this is true, is how many times he thrusts the pie. So they managed to get the R rating of the movie because he did it 3 times. They said if you do it 4, NC-17. That's how the movie industry works. There's the Barrymore family, of course, Drew Barrymore, descendant of the iconic Barrymore acting family. There's Bryce Dallas Howard, who's the daughter of actor-director Ron Howard. There's O'Shea Jackson Jr., played his father Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton. Angelina Jolie, she's the daughter of John Voight. Jeff Bridges, huh? I
remember that one. I don't know how that created that.
Her mother must have been a smoke show.
Must have been an absolute dime.
Because that dude, I know, I've done the same thing. Liza Minnelli, she was the daughter of Judy Garland and Annika. George Clooney is the daughter of Rosemary Clooney, some storied actress back in the day. So even when he tells his story, he's like, man, when I got to Hollywood, I had to spend a night in my car. And I'm like, your aunt is Rosemary Clooney.
That's her mom.
All right, not bad. She definitely, Angelina Jolie definitely looks more like her mom than her dad.
It happens in music a lot,
Chet
too.
Hanks, Tom Hanks, right? Yeah. Music. Who are you thinking of music?
Well, you got Wolfie Van Halen.
Right, you got Wolfgang Van Halen, Jason Bonham.
Music's a little bit tougher because some of them are good.
Sure.
So, Wolfgang, obviously...
very talented.
His father's super famous, but he's also good, right? Even Miley Cyrus, in her defense, I think she's broken past. She's a much bigger star.
Jacob Dylan from the Wallflowers is Bob Dylan's son.
Right.
Right. I was just seeing this
Julian Lennon.
today, and it's some of them, they're big pop stars, but their parent or their uncle is a super producer.
Right, exactly.
So you just get brought into these rooms that you kind of already have a
Well, see,
but it only seems to happen in that world. It happens in athletics
those are cool professions as far as what the public perceives them to be.
But I think you want to follow in their footsteps in that case, right? If your dad's a lawyer or an accountant, there's nothing wrong with that. But do you feel like doing all the studying? Frankly, I don't.
Or are you smart enough?
Are you smart enough? Do you want to put in all that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not dying to be a lawyer because my dad's a lawyer, but if my dad is a massive actor and I see all the spoils that come with that, like, yeah. And the other difference is, in the world of Hollywood, it's like, look, a lot of them will tell you, like, I worked so hard. Gwyneth Paltrow was bitching a couple years ago, saying, hey, man, I've worked very hard to get where I am. I'm like, you haven't, because the door was already open for you. Mm-hmm. The people that have to break into Hollywood had to work hard.
Yeah.
You just had to not suck. And to her credit, she's a fine actress, but I'm like, you didn't put any effort in getting a gig.
But nepotism, I do think, happens in every job.
Sure.
Right? Like, I have a buddy. He owns his company now, but his dad did start the company.
Okay.
I mean, Bernie's oldest, my godson, like, he's taken what do you call it when you don't go to college right away?
Not a hiatus, say a sabbatical.
Something year or whatever.
Oh,
Rumspringer.
Right. He's just like, look, I just want to start working for the company. So eventually, and Bernie will make him go work on the trucks, but it helps having your dad own the company.
Shoot, I wouldn't have gotten near as far in the auction industry as I have already if I didn't have my dad opening all the doors.
But then your grandfather also.
My grandfather did it as well.
Would you have been interested in it, do you think? If you had not been around it and someone said, man. Because there's not a lot of people. If you say, hey, man, would you be interested in doing an auction? That's one thing. My kid's school. It's another thing to say, would you want to be an auctioneer?
Right.
Where you realize, there's actual training in this.
Exactly. No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't have even been on my radar, dude.
Right.
I'd have been like everybody else and said, man, I never actually knew that people did that. Like, yeah.
Is that most of the people in that profession, though? Because I've never met anyone who said, I want to be an auctioneer. No one said I don't want to be. It just doesn't come up.
There's quite a few nepo babies in the auction industry, but there's a lot of others that are cutting their teeth, and it's brutal just because there's so many of us. Shoot, I had
the doors open.
Yeah, my dad had me in tow in there, and so I could walk my way into certain jobs. So, but others they've got to scratch and bite and fight and get their way all the way up there, just like he had to.
Sure.
So.
I mean, it wasn't the greatest job, and if my mom didn't work at the AFL, I probably wouldn't have gotten on the night crew.
No.
I don't know that people were banging down their door to be a nighttime janitor.
But like in my world, my stepfather was a lawyer.
Yeah.
And, he had some really shady clients.
Sure.
So, I mean, we had to lock our doors all the time. We had, he had guns stashed.
But at least he made it seem interesting. Like most people that are lawyers, they're lawyers. But when you tell the stories of your stepfather, I'm like, scary, yes. But you go like,
the problem is it's who he was defending. It wasn't necessarily the other parties most of the time.
Right.
He was dealing with the criminals.
Of course.
He was dealing with the other side. He wasn't part of the prosecution. He was a defense attorney most of the time.
Sure.
And these guys were also guys that couldn't.
They were guilty.
So, yeah, and a lot of them that he got off couldn't pay. They couldn't pay him, but they had certain skill sets. So, now we've got, I don't know, this dude out in our yard for 3 days building a fence. And that's how he's going to pay him back. But he's there all the time. You know what I mean? Like coming in and out of the house. And I know damn well it's in the paper what this guy did. He got off.
Right. But he did. OJ got off.
But what they said he did. And so also he would always come home in a suit. He had cuffs. We were always at the frickin' dry cleaners.
Yes.
And, as far as Sunday goes, as you're growing up as a kid, your dress clothes never fit because you just outgrow them so fast.
You wore them twice a year.
So,
right? And I mean, that was it.
It's uncomfortable to put on a tie, even if it was a clip-on. Felt like I looked like a clown. Like the one thing with me, I was like, I just don't want to have a job. I don't mind wearing a suit every once in a while. I just don't want to have a job where I have to wear it every single day.
Amen.
And look like that to do a job that ultimately, it is interesting. But at the same point in time, I don't know if I'm smart enough to even do it. I don't know how I would have done in law school.
I will say the one thing I did get from my father is what you're saying. I just knew I wanted a job where I didn't wear a suit, right? Because it just, I don't think he hated his job.
I used to polish shoes.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
In the living room.
He had to polish shoes. You had to spend money at the dry cleaner, which always blew my mind. Like, why are you spending money at the dry cleaner? You're only wearing a suit because you got to go to work. Work should cover that if work thinks it's important. If they don't think it's important, then you shouldn't have to wear the suit, right? But he'd bitch about that, or you'd bitch because you forgot to pick up your dry cleaning, and it became a crisis. So, oh, God, it's Sunday at 6. And I just thought, I just need a job where Sunday is like, crap, I got to go to work tomorrow. Not, I have to go to this business before I get there so that I can look like a freaking clown.
We went to the dry cleaners every Saturday. Like, I can remember the route.
And it's just, it just seems like so much.
Light starch on hangers. I remember, say it at the window all the time. Light starch on hangers. That's all you heard. And I know that, you have just really distinct smells. Like, my stepdad would wear maybe 2 different pairs of shoes a week, a brown pair and a black
pair. Yep, that was it.
I could walk into the foyer of our home and smell that kiwi shoe polish. And know for a fact.
Name another shoe polish.
That's the only one I know.
Can't.
That when I walked into that living room, there would be 15 pairs of shoes that all needed to be shined.
But he'd only wore 2.
He probably just wore 2. And I was like, God damn it. Like, oh, man. I'm going to have to sit there and shine. Because, you had a brush, you had a cloth. I mean, you had to buff them up. You had to do all this stuff. And it took forever. So,
but at least your stepfather trusted you to do it. My father, like, even if you offered, like, hey, man, I want to make some money. It's like, you can wash dishes, you can mow the lawn. When it came to stuff like shining his shoes, and like I said, it's that ex-military in him. It's like, you're going to do it wrong. You're going to piss me off. And he would tell you that, for like, this is not something you do. But every Sunday, he would sit down, put on 60 Minutes, and break. And did your dad, it wasn't just the shoe polish.
Gotta be the ex-military thing, is my dad shined his shoes every Sunday night.
Yeah, and it was 60
Same
minutes.
thing.
He would shine them.
Put down the newspaper, and he'd
it was
start going to town.
And I'm like, this is to go to work, right?
Only
I'm
thing,
like, bro, I never want to do what you do.
All right, my dad took it a step further, though. As he got older, or he didn't have to wear dress shoes, he started polishing his goddamn black tennis shoes.
I used to polish my white ones, and you want to talk about a ghetto-looking pair of Reeboks? Because you've already scuffed them up as a kid. They're leather. They're not shiny. They're more granule, and so I'm polishing my shoes. It's just like you just look like the poor kid. I mean, and
when
that's because because you are. They weren't spending money on me and my shoes, so I was just trying to make them look, as clean as I could. But when you do this, it looks like putting white out on a page.
Yeah, basically.
You can definitively tell the white out is on there, and that these you can't save these. They're too far gone.
Yeah, but I will say, just watching all that, I'm like, I never want to do that, and it worked out. The only time I had to wear a uniform was when I cooked, but that made sense because it's like, your clothes get disgusting, and in case you spill anything hot on yourself, it's designed for quick pull away. And that didn't bug me because I'm like, look, man, it doesn't go to the dry cleaner. It still only gets washed once a week because I'm broke. Think we're weighed like 40 pounds by the end of the week, just full of grease. You'd wash it. It still reeked, whatever. And then after that, it's radio. And it's I'll tell you, uniform. I never run out of clothes for radio because whatever's in my closet is perfectly suitable.
Yeah, unless a football game was on. Every Sunday we would make sauce. And I really didn't have a big interest in cooking as a kid.
Sure. Well,
he cooked. I loved the food. My mom cooked. That was fine by me. Anything else, I'll fend for myself. Typically, it was just dinner. But being Italian, the spaghetti sauce was one of the most important things that you had to learn how to make in life. And you had to also learn how to make meatballs. So I would be in the kitchen. With a football game on, we had a little TV in the kitchen.
Color or black and white?
That was black and white.
I have to say it.
The kitchen
TV. That was always the small black and white one.
It's probably still $300. But I mean, I'd be chopping up onions. I learned how to make his mother's recipe for meatballs, which obviously she passed on. She passed that on from her grandmother, and her mother, and all these.
Oh, really?
So this is a lineage recipe, and I've got it, and I make it, once a month. I made some last weekend, and I've got like 6 batches of sauce and meatballs ready to go.
Yeah.
In the freezer. I can eat it at any time. But you only, in my family, made that on Sunday, and you ate it only on Sunday. But also learned how to make like clam linguine and lasagnas and, stuffed peppers and chicken cacciatore and all these different dishes, which if you use that base sauce, it's fantastic.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good. So like, as much as I did not like being a part of the cooking process, I only had to do it once a week. It was Sunday. It was spaghetti sauce. And to this day, I only eat spaghetti on Sundays, and I make that sauce.
And those are the things you would never predict about yourself
that you would
take
away.
Oh, yeah.
My 2 things, again, get it from my father. And if you had told me this when I was a kid, I'd be like, come on, man. It is how to load the dishwasher, because he's very, very specific about that. Like I said, he always said, it's a dishwasher, not a goddamn miracle worker. That was the first thing. But just how you put things in and how you vacuum. And to this
What do you
day,
mean, like how you vacuum?
How you vacuum, man. You take very short strokes and you work the entire floor. You do not do it like a lawnmower, which was my thing, right? Get the vacuum, walk from one side of the room to the other, one long stroke, turn around, like you do with the lawnmower. Mm-hmm. But as a kid, To me, I'm like vacuuming. It's like mowing the lawn. I'm just sucking crap out of carpet as opposed to chopping down. That's where my kid brain was. And my father was never subtle about it. He wasn't like, oh, let me show you a different way. He's like, God damn it, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm vacuuming the floor. He's like, give me the goddamn vacuum. Look at this. And he would do this, but just about getting under the furniture. Because as a kid, you go around everything. You're never going to vacuum.
Oh, do you pick up now?
I do, because it got beaten into my head, but now that I own my own home and I can appreciate it, like, I'm getting under I vacuum every freaking thing. Like where you would dust, and where you switch out the nozzle. So here you are going over shelves and all that. And look, as a kid, I hated it, because I'm like, bro, my bedroom's like 8 by 10, but this is a 20-minute thing. It should not take this long. I'm so freaking anal when I vacuum now, and like I mean it, and I always think about my father every time I vacuum, just thinking like, this is your fault. This is your fault. The reason that little crumb by the refrigerator I can't reach is driving me mad. This is your fault. But at the time, I'm like, dude, you seriously need to relax to get a hobby. Now, on the weekend, every weekend, the vacuum comes out, and I'm on that S. And then I realize I'm saying the same things to my kids that he said to me about why your goddamn shoes right here.
Yeah.
You got a whole bed, right, all the stuff, and you're like, I am my father. When it comes, just put your stuff away. A stickler for, just how you clean, that was his big thing. And I do, the only thing I don't do that you do, Miles, is make my bed in the morning. That's the one thing I did not carry over. I will make it occasionally. And then I'm even anal about that, because he had this big thing. And again, ex-military, he could make it in 15 seconds without a single wrinkle. And I don't know what it is about being a child. No matter what you do to make your bed, you can't get rid of all the wrinkles. It doesn't matter what you do. And my father, it would drive him nuts to see the wrinkle. And again, he would like tear the whole thing apart, kind of snap the sheets, and just how they laid. I'm like, there's no wrinkles. I don't know. I don't understand how you do that, because I spent 15 minutes raking my hands across it and everything else. But now I'm that guy. And I'm like, if I had known then what I know now.
But I didn't transfer it over to my kids. Like, my kids never make their bed when they spend the night with me. Like, they did want to learn how to make the spaghetti sauce. So
okay,
like a handful.
So
of
that's
things.
something they'll take with them.
I hope so. You know what I mean?
If they wanted to know, then they will.
In that tradition, because they love cooking, and they like hanging out with me in the kitchen. And the difference is they enjoyed hanging out with me in the kitchen. I did not enjoy hanging out in the kitchen with my parents making the sauce.
Right.
Because I was a guy who was like chopping up onions. They'd always buy whole tomatoes in a can, so I had to squeeze them with my bare hands and smash them down. So now they're crushed tomatoes.
Yeah.
I had a job. I got to dig in that thing, and half the time, like, the lid would like rip your forearm open. You'd be bleeding
fun as a
everywhere.
kid to squish them.
Not when you have to.
Not when you have hangnails.
Right.
Things like this. Yeah. Not
when you have
Not
to.
when you could be doing other thing on the only one other day off you have a week.
That's a good point.
To go play with your friends, to go ride bikes, to go do whatever it is you want to do.
And you're making a sauce from scratch. So that is your day. Think about it like this.
Yeah.
If you told your kid you have to pop all the bubbles in bubble wrap, not a single kid will want to do it. You tell, hey, this is the most important thing in this house. Pop every damn bow. If you just hand it to them, they'll pop that S until you ask them to stop, right? I honestly think that's it. Once you tell a kid they have to do this, they want to do it.
For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK. is open 24 hours a day. They do have breakfast sandwiches and everything else. You know the sliders. And In-N-Out Burger was your last choice there. So here's how the voting goes. If you follow us on X and Men's Room Live, here are your results. Coming in at fourth place, 12% of the vote, you said White Castle, which was my pick. After eating at White Castle a few times down in Vegas, I determined it was just way too convenient, way too easy to eat. It was easy to chew, when you're going through one of those Vegas times.
Without really ever being good.
No, it was just fine. It did the work.
I feel like White Castle's the one on this list, though, I'd probably go to the most.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's cheap.
24
it's open
hours.
late.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
They have more of a selection than you think they do.
Sure.
I mean, they got a chicken sandwich, you got a fish sandwich, you got everything else. In third place with 19% of the vote, online you pick Culver's. But if you were to look at the people who played Big Dummy, that was the most popular place.
Easily.
The people would want to come to Seattle. In second place, 31% of the vote, that would be for a Waffle House.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, anyone that puts a Waffle House in Seattle is going to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
You're going to kill it.
Sure.
It's going to be a line every minute of the day. And number one, 36% said if you could get anything, you would take In-N-Out Burger. So those are the results of last week's poll. All right, this week, we're going to delve into the world of drugs.
All right.
Some of you have maybe in your lifetime, probably younger, whatever, tried some type of hallucinogenic. Depending on your age, depending on what drug was going around at the time. A lot of you grew up either with acid if you're older in your 60s or mushrooms, or if you've been on one of those psychedelic trips. If you have not, just imagine it can go one of two ways. It can be one of the best experiences of your life. It could be the worst experience of your life.
It could be both of those in one trip.
It could. But there is a guy named Brian Johnson, and he is a longevity influencer, and he live streams experimental megadoses of illegal drugs.
Okay.
He's trying to do
Megadoses.
Megadoses. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So basically, he's one of these guys who is trying to teach people how to outsmart mortality. All right?
Okay.
So in this case, he consumed what some call the Everest of psychedelics live on the internet. 48-year-old tech millionaire and longevity obsessive streamer streamed himself taking a megadose of 5-MeO-DMT. You ever heard of that, Ted?
I know DMT.
Yeah, I know DMT.
5-MeO-DMT?
5-MeO-DMT.
5-MeO-DMT?
I guess so.
I don't know.
But either way, Rolling Stone, the magazine, said this has been said to actually simulate dying or death.
Wow. Okay.
So he did this last Sunday.
Oh, I think that's like the stuff you get for the venom off the toad is what I'm reading.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
He went to an island somewhere in Canada and hoped the powerful drug might help reset his middle-aged brain to something closer to 18. Now, Johnson spends millions a year on his anti-aging regimen and brands himself the healthiest person in the world.
Sure.
He framed the trip as a data-heavy experiment, complete with MRIs, EEGs, and a battery of lab tests before and after. Now, the dose taken by Johnson, who has also consumed magic mushrooms in his quest for eternal youth, exceeded levels used in clinical trials. And experts told Rolling Stone, experiment was a risky one that would be potentially dangerous to emulate. Now, the live stream, as you can imagine, drew hundreds of thousands of viewers, despite a lengthy initial delay due to a tech glitch, and plenty of product placement for Johnson supplements, AI tools, and his manifesto on immortality. Now, afterward, Johnson described the experience of surrender as pure light and renewed drive to pursue his Don't Die project. But as of the publication of this article, no hard brain aging results were in. On X, he called it the most profound experience of my life. I am stunned beyond comprehension. This molecule is without a peer. A day later, he wrote, awoke this morning feeling a childlike vibe of life, bubbling excitement for what the day holds, novelty in the smallest of things, unburdened by the clouds of worry that dim my adult life.
It also helps that when you're a millionaire.
What's
Just
his name?
Throwing that out there.
His name is Brian with a Y Johnson.
All right. There was also a guy, there was a show on Vice for a while, Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia.
Okay.
And same thing. He would just travel around the world and try all these different psychedelics and stuff.
Yeah.
Generally positive?
Yeah, I mean, that one you're talking about, that toad venom one, looks intense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're not promoting this. If you've ever done this before, that's one thing. If you have not, we could give you some friendly tips, like don't go at it alone.
Yep.
Make sure you're with friends that you trust. Don't take a lot, and be in a very, very comfortable environment if you're going to try something like that. Sure. Not what he did. I'm talking about just
Right.
the run-of-the-mill stuff. You know what I mean? What was it, about a month ago? Remember when I told you I got a little bag of mushrooms from a listener?
Yeah.
And I couldn't find where they were? Well, I finally found them. And one Sunday afternoon, I'm sitting around, I'm not doing anything, and I decided to take half of a cap of one of these mushrooms. I forgot, again, that I had taken this. So I walked to the... I take a shower, I walk to the PCC, because I need to pick up stuff at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you that that's when this stuff started kicking in. And the grocery store, for whatever reason, was like being a kid in a toy store. I cannot explain to you. It was just like I was walking around the produce section, just looking at different vegetables. I didn't even know what they were. I was just picking them up. I was looking at them. You know, like, what do you do with this thing? Man, this is a weird shape. They got all kinds of organic crap and Asian vegetables and all this stuff. I don't know what the hell it is. But I'm telling you right now, it was not a bad experience to be in the grocery store with a little bit of a buzz on. And it wasn't like I went food crazy. Yeah. I was just more interested.
Yeah, things are interesting.
In the products.
Mundane things become interesting. You see them a little different. You know what? You kind of go down, you're not like Googling it, but you can look at anything and you go down your own wormhole.
Like, what do you
Where does it come from?
What do you use
What would I
this
do
for?
with this?
Exactly.
Would his name be Pete or is he more of a Dave? Yes, you're looking at a cucumber. Doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, I went down the vitamin aisle just looking at stuff like, what's that for? What is this for? What does this do? But it was not the worst experience. But in our instance on our poll today, we're going to put you in a place that might not be the most comfortable if you are tripping and you need to pick one of these locations. Okay, so the first one is a random funeral. All right? So you don't know the person. You just need to go to a funeral while you are tripping on acid.
I could do that.
Or doing mushrooms or whatever you pick.
If it's not someone I know, that to me, I could skate through that.
Well, first of all,
I would just worry about starting to laugh.
Well, there's that.
Well, that's possible.
Also, there are going to be the stares of people who go like, I'm not sure who this person is and how they know such and such.
I don't.
And why they're here. You know, and there's also going to be a lot of bereavement going on. There's going to be a lot of people. You know, it's not going to be a happy time, obviously. You're celebrating life.
I will say, though, at funerals, it's not that odd to see somebody you don't know.
That is true. But do you assume they're tripping?
No.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, sadly, I've been to a few in the last couple of years. Like, for my dad, there was people that showed up that I don't ever remember meeting in my life.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're like, oh, no, we knew him. So you're right. That would be kind of an easier one to
if I don't know them, I think it'd be easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is...
Or I walk out of there profoundly sad because you're surrounded by... But that's the thing, you don't know.
Yeah, it's the mood. It's just the mood of the... But you never know. You might be able to get free Olive Garden afterward.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. You might get a...
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK. Sublime, they're going to release their first album in nearly 30 years. And they're first with Bradley Noel's son, Jacob, as the frontman of the band.
All right.
Okay.
Is that weird? I mean, just forget you're, roughly speaking, 30 years younger than the guys in the band. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Look, Wolfie played with Van Halen when David Lee Roth got back with the band. They kicked Michael Anthony out and put Wolfie on bass.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but at least he's with his dad and his uncle, right? So with Wolfgang Van Halen, you grew up with Alex and Eddie. Apparently, they were all super close. So it's still probably weird, but you're like, all right. But I grew up and I hung out with these guys in the studio. You know, with this guy, it's like, dude, it's been 30 years since they've done anything. These are your dad's old... It'd be like my son filling in for me with you guys because I dropped dead today.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I know it would be.
Bring the comedy.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, I'm sure the shows are fine. I would think pre and post are a little different.
I mean, I'm just thinking...
Those guys have been doing it for 30 years. Like, I'm sure, I mean, maybe they still have a good time, but they can't party like he does.
There's no way they still party like him, and then are you that guy? Like, look, man, you know, I'm not you... I want to do some drugs. I want to be with the groupies. They're past. They have kids of their own.
Yeah.
Like you talk to Duff now. He's like, dude, I got kids. We actually do.
He's got his one daughter's a musician.
Yeah, we do exercise routines when we go on tour because we're old and it's like it used to be just parties. Like we're taking vitamins, bro. You know, and like working out. So
well,
we can
the
do
difference
this.
also is that this is their first album in 30 years.
Yeah,
but he's not a kid. You know, he's a 28, 30, 35-year-old man.
Sure.
It's not like, you're throwing an 18-year-old in the fire.
I know.
But he does sound like his dad. Here is, what is the name of this, Mike, the new one?
This is called, hang on one second, it's called Until the Sun Explodes.
Which sounds like a sublime title anyway. And here's a taste of Jacob singing in his dad's place. He's singing about his dad.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So the whole first song is about that, which is pretty cool because it sounds like Sublime.
But one difference is the kid Jacob. He does practice Santeria.
Yeah. Turn that up a little bit, Mike. Look at that. If Sublime comes around, go see him.
Yeah, if you like Sublime, you're still going to like Sublime. That's what I'm getting out of that.
Yeah. For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK.
You know what, though? Given his history with his dad, he might be a little less apt to be like, let's party.
That is a good point. Like, this is what I kind of lost my father trying to go ahead and skip that part. But the groupies, bring them on.
Sure.
Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores, gentlemen.
Liquor and whores.
So, my way that I take after a parent is my father. My father is a POS, so to speak, not a great person, but I do get two things from him. One is a positive. My father is 6'7",
Jesus.
and I am almost 6 feet tall.
So your dad was a giant POS.
Oh, yeah, giant POS. And growing up, because of his height, he can drive a car with his knee. He can just steer the bottom of the car.
That's safe.
I inherited that from him. I can also reach just fine and try, if I'm cruising, I'm not taking 90-degree turns with my knee, but it freaks some people out.
Do you?
It should. It's your knee.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a sister.
Okay. Is she also tall?
Yeah.
Also tall, but does not do the knee driving.
Okay, so she likes safety first. So I'm curious, when you said you're about 6 feet tall.
Almost, yes.
Almost. All right. So when it comes to dating guys, is it important to you that they're your height or taller, or do you care at all?
To be honest with you, I don't care. I think I would prefer someone sort of close to me in height, not a difference of more than 5 inches, but I don't care if they're shorter or taller. But I honestly wouldn't want to date like a 7-foot tall dude or a 5'1" dude. It's just too much of a difference.
Okay. All right. And what do you say? Why? What's not to get too personal, but why was your dad a piece of stuff?
He's abusive. He's a control freak, religious fanatic, and I'm talking the kind of guy that he wouldn't let us watch Harry Potter because he believed that children would turn away from God and start practicing witchcraft.
Which comes in very handy. I know a lot of people that say stuff in Latin and things just happen.
Mm-hmm. I always wanted to be Chewbacca after watching Star Wars.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. Dad, when I grow up, I'm going to be a Wookiee. Yeah, I mean, certain things.
Look how hairy I'm already getting.
Yeah. So you got the height. How tall was your mom?
My mom's only 5'5", so I kind of fell like perfectly in between them. But I also got a negative from my father. He's got a
mustache.
Genetic, if only. He was born with a genetic deformity with his hands. His fingers were fused together, and I got my own weird fingers. So if you've ever seen or heard of someone having toe thumbs, I've got toe thumbs. I've got fat, wide, useless little thumbs, and my pinkies are half bent to the side, thanks to him.
Yeah, my brother's got toe thumbs.
Where does that come from? Do we know?
I don't know, because my thumbs are just thumbs.
You got normal
thumbs. That's toe thumb, huh? I'll be damned.
Are you
it's all wide. It looks like his big toe.
When you have toe thumbs, as you say,
yes.
Like my wife recently went and got her nails did, as it were, right? They look beautiful. They were painted, all that. Do you bother with that? Does it help? Does it make you feel better? You just like, F it, my fingers still look weird.
Nah, man, I'm not super feminine. I don't think I've ever had a manicure in my life.
Oh, really?
But I did have an aunt who would send those, like, little girls stick-on fake nail things. Yeah, the thumb ones were about half as wide as my actual thumb, so I couldn't use those.
Didn't work.
All
right.
Did people ever point that out? Like, have you ever dated someone and they just said, hey, man, look, I got to ask about your thumbs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open about it, but I have definitely had, some people that I'm really nearby physically, and I'm doing something with my thumbs, and I've had people just glance and then glance again, like, wait, what? And and then look at my fat thumbs, just, trying to type on my phone or trying to do something, and I have been asked, what's up with your thumbs?
Okay, let me ask you this. What did you say? What was the condition your dad had with his hands? What was that called?
Okay, this is going to get real scientific. I've got the names for all of them. So my father was born with syndactyly, which means fingers together. And then my finger conditions, my thumb condition is called brachydactyly, which means short finger. And my bent pinkies that I mentioned is clinodactyly, which is bent finger.
Did they separate your dad's fingers?
Yes. He did have it surgically separated.
Because he could have been a world champion swimmer. He's 6'7".
Yeah, seriously. We're looking at pictures now. I mean, they're basically flippers at that point.
Yeah, seriously. You could really get some momentum with those things.
Are there any other weird physical traits about you other than the dactyls? Obviously, your fingers were just like an afterthought as far as things went. Like your toes.
God just didn't think about my hands. I've got huge feet, women's size 13.
All right.
I can't find shoes anywhere.
You got to go to Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's...
Yeah, dude. Nordstrom Rack has got size 13. It's a selection of maybe 7 total shoes, and they are almost always butt ugly.
Why can't you buy, like, men's size 12?
I do, actually. Most of my shoes are men's shoes, and I just have to desperately try and find women's shoes somewhere online.
Okay. All right.
How much extra does that cost on average, right? So the average woman wears like an 8.5, right? So if it's a $120 pair of shoes at 8.5, how much would yours be women's 13?
It's mostly the rarity. Like a given shoe is not going to be more expensive, but almost nothing, genuinely, almost nothing comes in a 13. The max is usually 11 or 12. Sometimes I can fit into a 12, but for 13, it's like you're pretty stuck with a limited selection online. Not a lot comes in that size.
That makes sense.
So yeah, it is more expensive in a, there's very little supply.
I have one other question, right? Because sometimes you're a part of a club that you don't necessarily know you're a part of, right? So once I had kids, I realized there's this entire club of parents. It's just one of those things where you give each other a knowing look, right? As a black dude, if I see a brother in Idaho, we're probably going to make friends. So when you see another super tall woman, do you guys just kind of automatically talk?
Maybe a little bit. To be honest with you, I don't run into people my height, women my height.
That's why I'm asking, right?
Obviously, they exist,
Yeah.
but I have had moments with other, like, oh, hey, do you also struggle with this? Just, kind of friendly little moments, nothing lasting, but mentioning it, yeah.
Are your parents still around?
Oh, yeah, they're still alive.
Okay. Do you spend any time with them?
Well, not my father. I haven't had contact with him for half of my lifetime, but I am very close to my mom. She lives in Spokane, so I see her when I can. But
okay.
How tall did you say you were again?
6.
I'm 5'11" and a half, so I say almost 6 feet to just be picky.
All right,
that's what I am.
6 foot's all right. I thought you said like 6'5".
But still, I mean, on a woman, you're right, 6 feet.
My father's 6'7".
God, that is unreal, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, how are you like your parents?
6'7", he's okay.
206-803-ROCK.
God, it's funny you did that. We're at a volleyball tournament up in Canada over the weekend, and the woman keeping score. So when you watch these volleyball games, the way the score is laid out, depending on the angle you're sitting at, you can't necessarily see the score. I did not think about this, but the score was 6-7. And I see a couple of the parents are trying to get her attention to figure out what the score is. She didn't flip the scoreboard around. Oh, no. She just did the hand thing.
Oh, so everybody knew.
But everyone knew it was 6-7. I'm just like, wow, that's where we're at. Okay. Seriously, she just did that. I'm like, what is she? Oh, I get it.
I think 6'7" might already be over.
I hope so.
Thank God.
Hello, Jeremy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, fellas.
Hola.
So I inherited the awesome ability to be late to everything from my dad.
Okay.
What is it? What is the reason that you're always late?
I have no idea. I spent 17 years in the military, and, the thing is, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. And apparently that didn't track after I got out.
How did you do while you were in the military? I mean, were you punctual when you were there?
No.
No. Damn.
No. I thought that was, isn't that kind of a rule?
Well, yeah, in the Navy we call it bell tapping. So I made it just in time most of the time.
Now, what was this? He was never in a hurry to get anywhere.
Or was he distracted by something?
I definitely distracted by stuff. And if I have appointments and stuff that I have to be on time for, I'm on time. But if it's left to my own demise or like a friend gathering or whatever, I'm usually kind of late. And God forbid they change the time to an hour later or so. And you're giving a procrastinator with ADHD extra time, and that's just horrible.
Well, it's their fault for telling you. My buddy Tony was like this, and we realized, and he was always late, and the first words out of his mouth were always, "It's not my fault." Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. We just stopped caring, but we would lie about what time we want to do something, and we would change it, honestly, by 45 minutes, and that way he'd show up like 5 minutes early. And that way...
A lot of my friends would actually change the time to an hour early for me.
You're going to be late by an hour.
I mean, I think if you know...
Well, I'm not by a full hour, but I mean, they would just say, if the event was at 3, they would just tell me 2, and then knowing I'd show up anywhere between 2:15, 2:30, and then I would be early.
I don't know with Miles. There is a difference. Like if you're 10 minutes late to like a social gathering,
whatever.
Yeah. But we all know one person's like when you're like an hour or 2 late. It's like, dude,
yeah.
Especially if you're going to a bar or you're going to dinner
with somebody because you're waiting.
And sometimes like we might only be like if me and Mike are like, hey, we're going to go to this bar, we're going to get some food and have some beers.
Yeah.
We're only planning to be there for 2 hours. So if you show up 2 hours late, you missed it.
Okay, how about your mom? Did you take any traits from her?
Nah, he's gone.
Oh, okay.
He's gone. I will say, as far as our friend Batman, very often late to things, notoriously. But my favorite was, Castle was just irritated once. I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, Batman called me to see if me and my wife wanted to meet Batman and his wife, Ms. Batman, out for dinner at this particular, it was, what's the Mexican joint in Greenwood? Chupacabra. And you want to meet at Chupacabra, say at 4 o'clock, we're going to have dinner. Castle's like, absolutely. And keep in mind, Batman invited Castle. So Castle's like, Castle's pretty punctual, right? He's like, I got there at 4 o'clock with my wife. Batman showed up around 6.
It was 2 hours.
It was 2 hours. He's like, so I'm sitting there with my wife, and look, they have a bar, and they have all the good munchies and everything. It's like, but we showed up hungry because the idea was we're going to eat, and then, like, we don't want to order our dinner in case Batman comes rolling in. So he's like, we're 3 sheets to the wind because we're sitting there for 2 hours drinking and eating chips, trying not to eat. The Batman finally showed up, and they had their dinner. But he's like, who does that? Who invites you, and then they show up late? And it would be like, it's one thing if I invited him, and then I could, but he's like, he invited me. He's like, I did not have plans to go there. And then he invited me, and he's like,
he told me
that's
the story.
a good idea.
They were going to go watch the Kraken, like at a bar, probably Angry Beaver or something.
Yeah,
like he got there in the 3rd period. And I mean, hockey takes a long time. It's not like a quick
and it's
game.
only 3 periods.
Right, exactly.
It's unbelievable, man.
I mean, by that time, all the seats are taken.
Yeah.
People have already started to kind of camping into their place.
The other rule is,
especially
right,
at a hockey bar.
and like if you're notoriously kind of late or whatever,
Yeah.
like it's fine, but just don't say you're showing up early.
That's all.
Yeah, I went through it recently, and it was just like, you don't have to give excuses, but why did you say you were going to say show up early? We both know you weren't, and it turned it was like 10 people getting into an argument. I'm like, hang on.
Right.
Yep.
Like, we're not getting into the stupid argument because it's pointless.
Well, one thing I did find out is my kid got accepted to a high school. We went to one of these orientations, and I see Batman walk by. His kid's there, right? Which is cool. Our kids will be going to school together, and I'm just like, man, this kid, I'm just wanting to tell him, hey, you can't be late, man. Like, they're going to mark this. I don't know if you got this from your father or not. I don't know, but I've known this man for 20 years now, something like that. He's never, ever on time, ever.
That's why I didn't fly anywhere.
He was probably born at 19 months. I mean, that's just how this guy is, right? He's born in 1st grade. So I'm just looking at his kid like, bro, seriously, man, you got to show up on time to school. They're going to mark.
Oh, yeah. Punctuality was a huge deal growing up. If you need to catch the bus, if whatever it is, when that bell rings, you need to be in your seat.
Period.
All those things. If not, you're going to get a point. No, I couldn't afford just based on my academia.
No, I could not spare.
To get chunked down like 5 points in the class, 10 points in the class. The least I could do is show up. If I show up, then whatever I do, that's on me. But at least I'm not hurting myself.
Well, my son's got a friend who, the grades come out 4 times a year, whatever it is, and kids' grades are okay, but it's like, well, he was marked late like 13 times one quarter or something. So my wife's talking to my kid, going, "How was he late 13 times?" So, well, he got in after the bell rang. She's like, "He's in the parking lot when we get there. The kid is physically on the school grounds. How does he not walk 30 feet to the door doing his hair?" That's not even a joke.
He's doing his hair.
He is doing his hair. And I guess this particular kid, very vain about his hair, will not show up in homeroom until his hair is whatever the F it is. He thinks it. And I'm like, oh, my God, man. You're in 8th grade. Don't worry about it yet. But either the kid is late 13 times in a quarter in spite of the fact that he is physically present at school. Like, Jesus Christ. Come on, man.
Some people have bad parents.
I mean, seriously, come on.
That is kind of wild. Like, you've already done the hard part. You got there.
He's there. That's
right,
what my wife
the hard
was
part
like, what?
of time is getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Here's a doozy of a parent situation. A Philadelphia Phillies third baseman Alex Bohm is suing his parents, accusing them of quietly siphoning off millions while they were overlooking his money. In a lawsuit that was filed last Wednesday in Philly, the 29-year-old alleges that Daniel and Lisa Bohm, his mom and dad, set up multiple LLCs to hold his baseball earnings when then they diverted funds for their own use. He's seeking at least $3 million in damages, which is almost the amount that they basically stole from him.
It should be exactly what they stole.
A full accounting and control of the entities tied to his finances and real estate. The complaint says that this began in 2019 when he said his parents told him that they needed a 10% stake in the LLCs on paper to help him manage his affairs while he played baseball. But all the assets remained his. Instead, he alleges, they moved money from his personal accounts into company accounts, used the latter to pay for their own expenses. In a statement through their attorney, the parents denied any misappropriation, said they're deeply saddened by these allegations from their son.
Because they got caught.
Yeah, the kid's lawyer says a detailed financial review is underway. He was the 3rd overall pick in 2018. He did homer on opening day. His only statement to the press was, "I'm not going to address any personal matters right now concerning my parents. I'll answer any questions about the game, though."
That is ridiculous, man.
That's
Come
not
on.
a good spot. For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK. KISW.com. Reserve your foursome today. Our grand prize winner, by the way, heading up to see Guns N' Roses Black Crowes in Vancouver, BC. That includes Amtrak for 4 round-trip tickets, also hotel accommodations for 4, so you get 2 double rooms, and, of course, you get your tickets to the show. So the whole foursome can go up and enjoy Guns N' Roses and the Black Crowes. Those foursomes available now for a limited time at KISW.com. All right, the game is Big Dummy. We do have a couple of texts I want to get to real quick. Dr. Pepper is owned by Keurig. Those are the guys that do the
coffee people.
The coffee pods. It says, guys, I work for Coca-Cola. Dr. Pepper is independent. But in some markets, Pepsi has the license to distribute.
I have heard that. Okay.
Fanta was created during World War II for soldiers abroad.
Correct.
Imbrew, the stuff you were talking about, Ted,
the Scottish one,
is Iron Brew, and Earn is pronounced kind of like Earn, and they have great commercials. The guy says
so. It's Earn Brew,
Earn Brew.
Okay,
and then finally,
but what is it? I mean, what flavor? Because you said it's not orange soda.
The thing I read said it's kind of hard to describe, but I guess it's closer to like a cream soda.
Okay, I'm down.
I don't know. It's like basically after Scottish whiskey, that is their national drink.
Oh damn!
And this one's going to make me cry. The cargo on the side of the road on I-5?
Yeah.
Boxes of shrimp.
No!
That
really?
from Jamie and the driver. Get down there and get those things.
I mean, I would
as fast
start
as you can. See if they'll give them to you, man, and take it home.
Get some road shrimp.
I mean, seriously. Road shrimp. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Corey. Welcome to the men's room.
My
Montgomery!
Corey, sober or not sober?
Team Kentucky bourbon as usual.
Ooh. Oh, man. What Kentucky bourbon do you drink?
I've got some Blantons.
Okay. Oh, that's very good. That's really smooth. I was going to tell you to do like Old Forester or Old Granddad, one of those, but
no, my brother's doing fine with the Blands.
If you got Blands, man, you're doing all right. All right, Corey.
It was a gift from our realtor. We just got a place in Kentucky here in Bourbon County.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Now that's a reason to buy a home in Kentucky.
How many square feet?
I don't remember the exact number. It's probably around 2,000.
Okay. And what town are you living in?
We're in Paris.
And tell everybody
Kentucky.
How much that home cost, so they can cry.
Well, we got 60 acres with the house, and it was $850.
All right, 60 acres.
60? Yes, sir. I'm a rancher.
Damn.
I would hope so. Well, you are now, whether you were before. Damn.
All right, Corey, you're going to do one while tripping. Random funeral, Catholic wedding, trapped in an elevator, or dinner with the in-laws.
Man, I've not done much tripping. I think I would probably have to do with the in-laws. They're pretty chill, so it might actually work out.
Okay.
Do you get the feeling that they have tripped sometime in their past?
The mother-in-law, yeah, not sure about the father-in-law.
Okay, well, she can help guide you then.
How many cattle are you putting on that?
I've only got 50.
Is that all?
Downsized.
Okay.
Well, I had about 200 this time last year, but the farm on Whidbey sold, so we moved out here.
Wow, man.
So did you sell all those cows?
Yes. We just finished selling the last of them, but then I brought 51 out here.
What does the average cow go for?
We raise Wagyu beef, so they're a little higher than Angus. We probably average around $3,000 per animal.
Well, let me get this straight. You took 50 cows off an island and got them to Kentucky. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yes, sir.
Did you take a ferry? How did you get 50 cows off an island?
Well, Whidbey's got the bridge on the north end,
okay.
So we had professional cattle haulers take the cows out here.
So these cattle have been across the United States of America.
Yes, sir. They drove across, and then my buddy Harrison and I took a horse trailer with 100 chickens and 6 sheep and 4 dogs and 2 cats and 23 ducks and a bunch of other stuff.
Where do you stop?
Yeah, is it a Motel 6?
Yeah, like we got to spend the night somewhere. Where do you go with that kind of cargo?
Well, the original plan was to just make it in 36 hours straight between the two of us. We hit the worst weather of the year, though, about a month ago, and it ended up being a 3-day trip. But we did stay overnight one night because the tire blew off the back of my truck, and we jackknifed the trailer really bad, so we had to get laid up at the mechanics. So we got one restful night, but other than that, we just kind of slowly made our way here.
Wow. Dang, that's quite the adventure.
And all the animals made it safely.
Everyone made it fine, yeah.
You didn't have one dead chicken or nothing?
That's what I'm thinking. I picture like
not one dead chicken.
No, I'm really lucky the trailer didn't roll in the accident. It was pretty close, because I was doing about 50, 55 when my tire blew off. So we jackknifed pretty bad, but luckily no one got hurt. We were fine. It was at like 2 a.m, so there wasn't a lot of traffic.
Damn.
And the chickens are drunk from going to the bar.
That's quite the adventure.
Wow. Okay.
It was stressful on all of us, but we made it okay.
Yeah, brother, I'd be drinking bourbon too. After all that, I get it.
Yeah, and trust me, people in Kentucky love Wagyu beef.
They will. All right. Here is your question. What band's 2005 breakup led to the creation of the bands Plus 44 and Angels and Airwaves?
I think that's Blink-182.
Damn.
Man. All right, one and done, Corey.
All right, hang on. Before we let you go there, let's see. True or false, you'll probably know the answer to this. True or false, birds do not pee?
Well, they have a cloaca, which both mixtures come out in once, so I guess that's probably true.
Yeah, they don't actually.
That's why they're so wet when they hit you?
They don't have a urethra, or a urethra franklin, as I like to call it. So everything goes out with their poop, which then lands on you or your windshield.
Okay,
yeah, so they don't
thus
pee.
the splatter.
Right.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Bill. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Bill, sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, Bill, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, on our poll, you're not going to be sober. You're going to be tripping. What are you going to do? A random funeral, Catholic wedding, trapped in an elevator, or dinner with the in-laws?
Catholic wedding.
You're going to go to a wedding. All right.
And
You got food and drink, and yeah.
Yeah, but you got to sit through the Catholic wedding.
Yeah, man, that is a long, dry.
It's the most boring movie you've ever seen.
It is a humorless moment.
I'd almost rather go see the Nutcracker.
I would not go that far. I would rather sit, and look, I don't say this lightly. I would rather sit through a full-on Catholic mass wedding, which is the dullest thing on earth, than sit through the Nutcracker. One of the differences is simply this. Even at the Catholic wedding, as long as it is, and it just goes on, and I understand what's happening.
Yeah, but you can also still get a beer at the Nutcracker.
Can you?
Yeah. Come on.
But wait,
you can't. The wedding's not that long.
It's like an hour and a half, isn't it?
But the Nutcracker.
How long is the Nutcracker?
I know there's an intermission.
You left an
It's too long.
intermission.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Can I only get a beer at intermission if I'm watching the Nutcracker? Like, in other words, can I get up in the middle of the
You get it beforehand. I don't think you can take the drinks in.
Oh, then I'm doing the wedding. Yeah,
Okay.
screw
All
that.
Never seen the Nutcracker.
Good.
I see the commercials every year that they play. Lets me know it's Christmas time. They have the exact same
Right.
footage. For the 20-some years I've been there, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same footage.
Nutcracker is 2 hours and 3 minutes with one intermission.
Well, the Nutcracker doesn't change either. So even if the set's going to be the same, they'll look all the same. So it could be from last year, but it wouldn't look any different.
Well, there's a few people that dance that don't have masks on.
Yeah.
And I want to say one of them's like a little girl. And I'm like, that little girl's got to be a full-grown woman by now.
The intermission is 25 minutes. So the total runtime is more like 2.5 hours.
But if about 30 of it is intermission, well, that already means you're too long. But I'm still taking the wedding because it just means I'm getting to booze sooner. Like, you can get an intermission, but like when
there's
I'm
a
done,
party
I'm done.
afterwards.
Right, and there's a big ass party. And trust me, people want to cut loose because they've just been sitting there doing nothing for an hour and a half. All right, here is your question: what happens more in 1 minute? Blinking, breaths, or heartbeats?
Blinking. Ooh, heartbeats.
One and done.
Does it depend on the heart?
It does, but look, your heart beats 60 to 100 times a minute. You blink 15 to 20 times, and you take 12 to 16 breaths. Now, Muhammad Ali, at one point at the peak.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Best in stand-up comedy and the top 10 Easter candies coming up with your guess is as good as mine. In the meantime, our question, for better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Beezus. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
So, from my mom's side, first and foremost, I definitely inherited the gift of gab, for sure. Like you guys were saying, like Ted can walk into a bar where he's got 5 best friends.
By the time he leaves, yes.
Talk to some people.
Yep, just like that. Like I think it's impossible for me to keep my mouth shut in a long line. I got to start up some sort of conversation with somebody, to like kill time.
Now, are people generally happy to start talking to you, or do they want to be left alone?
Generally happy, because I usually started off with cracking some sort of a joke.
All right.
Some, or I like their shoes, or I like their hat, or it kind of drives my girlfriend nuts because it kind of comes off as a little flirty.
Oh, God. Yeah. That's why you don't want to go to restaurants with just even a remotely attractive server on either side. I have this all the time because I'm a friendly person, too. So she's like, are you just going to talk to her all night? And I'm like, I'm asking her what the specials are. Right. I'm asking her, like, what's on draft? I mean, these are normal questions, She's like, I know, but I know you're just flirting with her. Like, I am not flirting with her. I really just want to find out what they have so I know what to order. God. Oh, they used to
You
piss
want me
her
to be
off.
rude?
My wife always has the exact opposite tact. She's like, yeah, have fun with that.
Well, then I will.
Yeah.
Now, is your mom?
Amen with that.
Is your mom? Was she always like that growing up?
Yes. Oh, big time. Drives my sister nuts, too.
See, I
But-
kind of like that comedic element of the parents just being able to joke around, playfully dig,
Sure,
have fun. Like, to me, that's just all part of it because I get it now. I get busted. My B's busted constantly for my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that they notice about me, that they've noticed for years, they are right on everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as what they notice in my, just general disposition.
Appearance, clothes, everything.
Oh, no, did I lose you?
Yeah, and they're right. They're absolutely right. Like, Jesus, Dad.
Well, they get it from you too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's exactly.
I mean, your general MO is you're going to open up with like an insult to somebody and then try to.
Well,
I always insult my children. And I know it sounds horrible, but always, every single time, no matter what they ask, if it's a yes or no question, I will always give the opposite answer all the time. And now they both do it to me constantly. But I'm like, look, but everybody's happy. It's good-natured. It's sarcastic. My son insults me probably 80% of the time we talk to each other. But it's funny. I mean, I will laugh out loud. So I'm like, good on you.
My daughter posted this, right? She posted these pictures. All right. But at the very end of this picture, she's in the bathroom and she's got a coat on. All right. She's got a freaking fur coat on. Swear to God. So I just posted. So I just wrote her back and said, hey, must be cold there. I can't imagine using the bathroom with a coat on.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the types of conversations we have.
Sure.
For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So this goes back generations, at least it started, at least I know for sure, with my grandparents for the love of sports. And I want to say it's because they were in the Midwest and they didn't have anything else to do in the Midwest but watch like sports. My dad was from Nebraska. My mom was from Kansas. They both met at the University of Kansas. My mom was a cheerleader. And to this day, my mom is a huge sports fan, and my dad has passed since. But when they were divorced when I was like 5, and so my dad would only get to call me once a week, and we would talk about sports. We'd talk about baseball or football or whatever there was at the time. And I passed it down. It's funny because my daughter, for sure, is a huge sports fan, but my son isn't. So where my daughter, she was at opening day, and she was all excited. She got a foul ball, and
oh, nice.
She sent me a photo of it and was all excited. It was
my buddy got one at the Mariners game the other night. Oh, did he? He was fired up.
Yeah.
Had a little scuff on, scuff on it. I was like, don't you do anything with that scuff.
Yeah.
Don't try to clean this ball up, man. Just leave it like it is.
She's like she's really into it. It's really cool because she'll go to all the events, Mariner, before the season starts, and she'll get pictures with all the players, Seahawks, Mariners. Yeah.
You bring up that once a week phone call, and I remember this too with my dad because my dad was down in Florida. But back then you had long distance telephone service, and it was different than your local service, and you had to pay pretty good premium for long distance. So if my dad would forget to call me or didn't call me on the weekend, I wanted to talk to him. So I would be the one making that phone call. And I'm pretty sure that we had like a 10-minute limit.
Right, you had to pay for that.
Yeah. Not only that, but for whatever reason, like the Days of Our Lives, the hourglass thing, the sand in it.
Yeah.
We had one that was about 8 minutes. And my stepfather would give me this thing and turn it over and go, all right, man.
That's your time.
That's how much time you got to talk on this phone call because that was not the norm. You were not, Joe Schmo was not allowed to make long-distance phone calls in that house.
Oh, no. My parents, man.
They cost money.
They would. I remember I drove up it was $12.99. And my dad lost his, because it was a long-distance phone call from a girl I was talking to back in the day. But he lost his mind, man. I remember him showing me the bill. It was $12.99. I literally had $13 to my name. All right, so I handed him a 10 and 3-1, and he took it. And he disappeared for like 5 minutes, came back down. I'm sitting in the kitchen. He had 1 penny. Put it down on the table, man. Like, he gave me my change, but it was very understood, the situation. But it's funny, he's bringing up his kid with sports, right? Like, I always love football. I watch the F out of football, but I'm a Ravens fan, right? Live in Seattle. My kid's born and raised here in Seattle. So my son, kind of indifferent to football at first, started playing Madden, and when he understood the rules of it, got really into football. I just assumed he would be a Seahawks fan because whether you know it or not, if you're an NFL fan and you live in a city that has a franchise, you're pretty fortunate compared to most of the population. So I'm just like, hey, man, live in town, whatever. So every birthday and every Christmas, people will buy him Seahawks gear, and all this. And I can't remember if it was Christmas or his birthday. Someone got him a sweatshirt, nice sweatshirt. And when the dust kind of settled there, he came up to me and he's real quiet. He's like, Dad, I'm a Ravens fan. Now, first of all, it almost brought a tear to my eye because I never tried to push it on him. I'm just glad you like football. We can sit down and bro down on football, but he's a Ravens guy, and it's only because of me. And I realized, like I said, I never pushed. He would just watch me, watch the Ravens. Like, to me, that is the greatest thing in the world. And I even said, like, bro, you realize, like, they're 3,000 miles away, man. We can go to any Hawks game. They're here. And he's like, no, I get that. Like, we can go to Hawks games, but my team is the Ravens. I'm like, okay. So the cool thing about that is once a year, we'll buy the plane tickets and fly to Baltimore to see one game in their stadium. Sure. And it has become our thing. And I realize, like, as long as I'm alive and he's alive, it doesn't matter. He can move out and all that. I promise you, once a year, we will meet in Baltimore just to go to a Ravens game and eat crab cakes.
For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK.
He's kind of through that phase now.
What do you mean?
Like I told you, like when I was like in grade school, I was a Browns fan for a while.
Sure,
a buddy of mine was a Browns fan. Like my brother was a Bengals fan.
Right.
And I feel like all kids, especially like middle, right? Like
I was a Tampa Bay fan because my dad lived down there.
Like I don't know,
like the
like
uniform or
7 to like 11. Like you'll pick a random team.
Oh, he's in it now.
And then you kind of settle in. I feel like, right, because he's what, a teenager?
Yeah, he'll be 14 in May.
Right, so I feel like by the time you're like a teenager, you kind of like, you established.
You're established, and not just that, but like he's lost his mind with it now where, we got rid of Harbaugh during the offseason, got a new coach. He did all the research on the new coach. Every trade, every free agent we've lost, like his heartbreak, we lost this guy. And it's like, look, man, this is how it is every offseason, right? There's good, there's bad. It is what it is. But he is super deep. So we'll be on the air. And I always tell people, look, don't bug me when I'm on the air unless there's something important. Important being the key word. During this offseason, when free agency opened, my phone was blowing up. And it's either call me, so I go to break, like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, the Ravens just traded for Max Crosby. I'm like, no, listen, this is not the reason to reach out to me.
And he had to call you again.
And he called me again that same day. It doesn't matter. Anything happens with that team, dude, my phone lights up, and it's all the info. My wife's like, you created a monster. I'm like, but I'm not even into it as much as he is. Like, I just like the team. They're going to be what they can be. I have no control over who they lose or who they get. I just want them to win. He watches every single thing. So, like with the draft coming, Robbie's asking me over the weekend, I'm like, you have a volleyball game to play. He's like, right, but I just thought about when's the draft? What time does it start? What channels are going to be on? We're going to watch that, right? I'm like, well,
is it in Pittsburgh this year?
It is.
I think it is. Yeah. You know, that's a great football town for it.
It should be.
It really is. For better or for worse, how are you like your parents? 206-803-ROCK.
I think those kids are getting off school because there's supposed to be so many people in Pittsburgh that day.
Oh, really?
It was a Thursday, I guess.
So my nieces will get off.
It's a Thursday.
In Pittsburgh, bro, you got the draft. Absolutely.
And people go.
Yes, they do go because they treat the draft now. It's not just what we see on TV. It's almost like the pre-Super Bowl stuff. They go into the parking lot. There's all these interactive things for kids to do. And yeah, those kids are pissed. They're not going to school that day. There's no chance. Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Hola.
All right, so I got the best parts, I think, from my parents because my dad's a little shorter than average. He was like, I don't know, 5'6", 5'8".
All right.
And my mom was like 5'10". And so I got my mom was short body though, I noticed, and my dad was long in the body and short in the legs. I got long legs and long body. And I got
How grateful are you? There's nothing worse than having a long torso and short legs. It's just the weirdest. And it takes people years.
It's the Barney Rubble.
Yeah, we always said we worked with the world's tallest dwarf. We're like, look, the dude is 6 feet tall, but there's something about him that reminded us of a dwar. And honestly, we worked with this guy for years before we finally went, that's what it is. His torso's longer than his legs.
Who do you take off as far as your smarts?
I think I got them from my mom, and the street smarts from my dad and my friends.
Yeah, friends contribute a lot to that.
Yeah. I didn't know that actually how much I am like my dad until after he'd passed. I learned more about him after he passed than when he was around.
What are some of the things that you discovered that you basically mirror your father on?
How our friends are. We have lots of friends in so many different areas, like several different groups. Groups that get along and groups that don't get along.
So you're the guy in high school who was like friends with the jocks, friends with the nerds, friends with the geeks, friends with the average kids, all that?
Oh, I was like friends with nobody.
Okay.
In high school, it was weird because it took me a while before I would trust anybody enough to talk to them, I guess. And I was scared of girls, of course.
Yeah, it's always a weird thing. Like, I'm scared of you, but also I want to be around you. I'm not scared of you like I'm scared of a grizzly bear. I don't want to make love with a grizzly bear.
I think that's still true to this day.
Really?
I don't think you ever, get over, oh no.
Well, yeah, because rejection is just the worst
I don't even want to.
feeling.
Right, I don't even want to. I have no idea. I don't even want to know.
You can have a bad first date. You just want to get to the point that you can have a date. But if you're openly trying to flirt or get someone's number, whatever the hell it is you do now, like, if you get shot down in that moment, that is a bad. Because you can say, hey, man, she said yes to the date. Cool. The date sucked. Your feelings aren't hurt. But same girl, you approach her and, hey, would you like to go out sometime? Or, no.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, with my dad,
God, I went through a lot of, but I will say this, you get a callous after a while where you're just like, look, I'm going to ask you this question. I don't care if the answer is yes or no. Wait, you said yes.
Hey, law of averages.
Yeah.
My biological dad, he was he dealt weed most of his life.
All right.
That was just part of his thing. And it didn't matter if I was over there and I was 12 years old or 10 years old or not. He would get a big block of weed.
So didn't he have you help him?
I would clean the weed for him. Basically, I would just take all of the stems, and the weed had stems in, and the weed had seeds. And basically, he taught me to do it with the top of a board game box. And you just shake it and shake it and shake it, and the seeds would roll down to the bottom, and you pull the seeds out and do all the stuff. Now, I knew the smell of marijuana. I did not know the difference. But back then, there was always a pipe on someone's coffee table, as you would say.
Yeah.
There was always a jar of pipe tobacco. People smoked cigarettes all the time.
Always.
People smoked cigars. In my area, they made Swisher Sweets. Mm-hmm. So people would smoke those. So to me, smoking was just smoking.
Yeah.
I could not differentiate.
Oh, right. If someone's smoking a joint or smoking.
Like none of this, like it was all just like adults smoke. That's what they do. Some smoke this, some smoke this way, some smoke that.
Right.
Like my uncle would always smoke a cigar. So that's kind of what I knew. I did not know about marijuana that much as far as what I was doing.
Right. Of course.
And I never smoked weed until I was in college. But in high school, I went to my first concert and I got a whiff of weed. And, people were smoking it all around me. Duran Duran, believe it or not. And as soon as it hit me, I'm like, Dad, that's my dad.
That's what that is.
That's what my dad smells like. That's what his car smells like. That's what his living room smells like. That's what his house smells like. That is the smell of my dad, And my buddy's like, that's marijuana, that's weed. I'm like, oh, and then that was like Dare.
Oh.
That was like bad, And it all kind of clicked in when I was probably 13.
But if you were already cleaning the weed, you didn't think he smoked it?
No, I knew he smoked it. I did not know it was a drug. I thought it was the same as a cigarette, as a pipe.
Because people let loose tobacco. And like he was saying, like people stuff in a pipe, they smoke it, whatever. You don't realize it's illegal. It's funny. My parents, and if you were to ask them, and to this day, I'm sure that we never smoked weed. We never did anything like that. Okay. About 12 or 13 years old, my parents were super organized. And like any house, there's a couple of boxes that just don't get open, no matter where you move. It might be books or old crap. Who the hell knows? My brother and I were tooling around, and I just remember it struck us as odd because we had no concept of weed at the time. Certainly not my parents. But like I said, they were very, very organized. And I don't remember what this box was labeled, but inside of the box, there was a smaller box. And when we opened this box, we just couldn't understand why they would put these two things together, being as organized as they are. So my father was a pretty handy dude. And if he went out in the garage, he had like all the tools and all the stuff. But he had like the little roach clips. But as we understood it, they're used to carry a current from one place to the other. And he used them for that when you're in the garage. So we knew that. And we opened the spot. We couldn't figure out why there's two of them. And then the little cone incense.
Oh, yeah.
But there's the only thing in the box, and the box was like the size of a jewelry box. And my brother and I just thought it was so weird, like...
Looks like a little magician's hat.
Yeah, it's like there's incense, and we're like, all right. And then there's we call them roach clips now, but like two of these current conductor thing. We could not figure out for the life of us why. Why would they put this together when everything they do is so organized? We just thought it must have been a last-second thing, packing up before we move. I didn't give it another thought. Maybe 15 years later, I'm at a buddy's house. He pulls out the little roach clip and lights incense, and immediately this light bulb went off in my head like, oh, that's why they were together. Yeah. Now I get it, man. Mm-hmm. But at the time, it was just like, this is so unlike them.
Did he ever try any when he was out here?
No, and when he still gets hiccups really bad, and I told him, I said, look, man, I'll smoke weed. He gets rid of it, and he's a former smoker, so he might not want to smoke again. But I said, well, look, dude, they have gummies. They have everything in the world. And as far as I know, he was just like, no, I'm not.
I'm just done.
Yeah, I'm just done.
But that was my mom's thing always, right? Like, she'll eat a little bit of an edible now.
Yeah.
But she was just like, she grew up in the 60s. She's like, I just never smoked weed. I've never smoked anything.
Sure.
So she's like, I'm not going to start in my 70s smoking. But now she'll eat an edible. And frankly, a small amount of marijuana does wonders for her.
Right.
But as far as making her more sharp?
Yeah.
And I would think physical
like when
pain,
she was
too.
out here, right? Like she's got early onset, right? So kind of, there's certain things. But yeah, like one of the last nights we were here, I just had these 5 milligram mints. So it's broken in half. I was guessing 2.5 milligrams. But yeah, she was on it. She also she shouldn't drink alcohol. She was never a drinker to begin with, but with some of her medications. But she forgets. Her short-term memory is very bad. It's common. So she always orders drinks, and then she'll end up getting sick later in the night. But a little bit of weed, she was on it. I'm just smarter now. I just tell the waiters, like, look, she's kind of forgetting stuff. Just let her order the John Daly and just give her a regular Arnold Palmer. She won't know the difference. And she was having such a great time. I told the story, and she goes, now, Ted, this is what they should taste like. I want to be like, yes, there's no goddamn vodka in it.
What did she keep giving my mother? There was like 2 Christmases ago. We're all at the bar. And again, she's not a drinker, but she's in a great mood. And was it lemon drops? Or something.
It was some
but she kept like, so my mother, I mean, we get home, my mom's like, Ted's mom's awesome. She got, but like,
because they kept serving them and she didn't drink. She wasn't drinking.
She kept
So your mom was like, I'll take it. I was like, all right. I know, because we got back to, I'll tell you that part off the air.
Okay.
I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but yeah.
You're trying to get parents in trouble.
No. Like the bartenders were very nice, but they're used to like me or my friends. Like I said, like my mom's just never been a big drinker. So they just kind of kept pouring them, and then luckily Thrill's parents showed up. I was like, all right, she'll have them.
My parents, they loved that.
Top 10 Easter candies coming up in stand-up comedy. Those are your categories on Your Guess Is As Good As Mine at 4:30. And we got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on Inaction News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a man named Mickey Six is tired of being harassed by his neighbor, Nicky Mouse. But first, Dr. Danny Gumbo has agreed to drop by our Inaction News studios this week for an interview.
Who is Dr. Danny Gumbo?
Dr. Danny Gumbo is a world-renowned psychologist. He has a book that explores healthy ways to resolve workplace conflicts.
I don't need a book to resolve conflicts, Playboy. I have found that denial and distraction work.
No, Felix, those are not the tools to resolve workplace conflicts.
But they work for me, Playboy.
Speaking of which, are you the one who refuses to flush the toilet in the men's bathroom?
It is not. And what is that on your face?
What's on my face?
Nothing's on your face, man. See, denial and distraction.
I can't with you right now. No. Dr. Gumbo has more practical resolutions in mind, like addressing issues directly and privately, utilizing active listening, and focusing on mutually beneficial solutions.
In that case, I'm really sorry I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
When did you say that?
Oh, I thought you heard me when I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
No, Bonnie, I did not hear you say that.
I thought you did.
I didn't.
I did.
Bonnie, why would you say that to me?
Which part? The balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch...
All of it!
You ate the last chocolate chip cookie at the staff meeting.
Bonnie, I brought the cookies in.
I know, but they were really good. And you ate the last one.
Bonnie, I ate one cookie.
The last one.
You ate 7 of them. I had 1.
The last one.
You keep saying that.
Because it's what you did.
Because I wanted a cookie, Bonnie. And you ate almost all of them.
I was hoping to have one more. You balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
Yeah, I think maybe we should go ahead and book Dr. Danny Gumbo, resolve this workplace conflict.
Yes, I suppose you're right, my friend. We should go to break. This whole cooking business is clearly getting out of hand.
Because you ate the last one.
We have established that, Bonnie!
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on Inaction News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Hello, friends. Your Inaction News team here, ready to answer another of your inquiries about everyday life.
Now, we elected to keep one of your questions off the broadcast, but this goes out to Clyde. That itch, it's to let up after a few days. If not, seek medical attention. You might need antibiotics.
Well, that just defeated the entire purpose of leaving it out, Felix, but we do have this one from Peter. Dear Inaction News, I hear the other guys talk about meats all the time, and I have no clue about any of it. I want to feel more manly and do more with meat.
Yeah, I think he means cooking meat.
Of course he means cooking it! Well, Peter, you've come to the right place. A good place to start is getting yourself a meat thermometer. Temperature is everything when it comes to cooking meat. Poultry as a whole should be cooked to an internal temperature of 165 degrees, and beef should be cooked anywhere between 130 to 160 degrees, depending on how done you like your beef.
Yeah, remind me never to eat at your place, Playboy.
Never eat them. What in the world was wrong with what I've said?
160 degrees. You might as well be chewing on leather.
Fahrenheit, Felix!
Oh, okay. My mistake, Stone. I didn't know you still use that inferior scale.
Everyone in the U.S. uses Fahrenheit. Anyway, Peter, when your meat has reached the desired temperature, be sure to take it off the heat and let it rest for 5 minutes before you eat it.
Let it rest? Look, you do what you want, Playboy, but while you're tucking your meat in the bed and reading Goodnight Moon, I'll be enjoying a hot, juicy steak.
Letting it rest is why your steak is juicy, Felix. Giving it time off the heat allows the meat to relax and redistribute all the juices.
I know how it feels, man. My juices are flowing out of my watery mouth while I'm waiting for my steak that you put in a timeout.
So cooking meat is that simple, Peter. When it comes to seasonings, there's all kinds of herbs and spices that go into making meats taste great. And that's where the adventure is at. Or go with the tried and true for your steak and add a liberal amount of salt and pepper.
And if you go to Stone's house for dinner, be sure to bring ketchup or A1.
Get out. Be sure to like and subscribe, folks, on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. Hello, everyone. This has been an Inaction News broadcast, a Comedia Dysfunction. Watch all Inaction News videos, new and old, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@inactionnews.
And make sure you like and subscribe, man. And be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at Inaction News.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Okay, top 10 Easter candies coming up, and stand-up comedy with your guess is as good as mine, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple from our question, for better or for worse, how are you like your parents? Jen from Ken here. Mom botches all the song lyrics all the time. I do too, even though I know the song word for word. Yeah, my mom was a singer.
Yeah, oh my God.
In the
my
car,
mother,
in the house.
Always. And
thought she could, and she did not have a bad voice. I will say that. It was just the songs that she chose to sing were not necessarily in my wheelhouse.
My mother loved Barbra Streisand. And again, she didn't have a bad voice, but Barbra Streisand is terrible. The nice thing was when Anita Baker put out her album Rapture. Now, she played that thing, literally just would flip the record over and over and over and sang every single song. And it's a good album. But my father and I started hating it. There was a point, and he rarely would just disappear somewhere. But I remember he's in the bedroom. I'm like, what's up? He's like, your mom keeps playing that Anita Baker record, and she won't stop singing. And he's like, Steve, I said, dude, I live here too. He's like, right. It's been like a month.
But people who sing, even if they can or cannot, believe they can.
I give my wife credit on this, right? So she will sing, and I'm used to it. She's a terrible singer, and she knows it, and she's open about it. Someone asked us yesterday, I can't remember what we were sitting at Fifth Avenue Tav, and
nice.
But this woman walks in, and she goes, something feels different about the bar, and I realized you're not playing music. And I said, oh, I can have my wife sing to you. And everyone kind of chuckled, and two of the guys that were sitting there were musicians. So I'm like, oh, can she sing? And my wife's sitting there. I said, no. I said, she's what drives rodents out of your yard. Like, if you got moles digging up your yard, have my wife sing to them, they will leave.
I know people that can sing. Sometimes they're just like, shut up, please. I want to hear the song.
We are not going out to karaoke.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I'm with you. I think people, even if you can't sing, you want to go to karaoke and sing.
That's what it's for.
It's great, but yeah.
I've been into Ballard Mandarin a couple nights when they've been doing karaoke, and I'm like, buddy, you should not have gotten up there.
There was a time years ago.
I mean, the Rickshaw I've heard. Rickshaw is actually kind of pro level.
Is it?
Well,
because last time we were there,
no, it
was not.
But Renton's actually got a couple. Jay and I, he pulled me into a couple of those karaoke places in Renton, man. And those guys like practice all week. They're wearing the suits, man. They go up there and they kill it.
People will know who I'm talking about. Have you ever seen the older black dude that does Brooks and Dunn?
No.
Oh, I've seen him at like 5 different karaoke bars. You can catch him at the Rickshaw. I've seen him at White Center.
He tours.
He absolutely crushes Brooks and Dunn.
Really?
Oh my God. You can hear it in my voice. Like if I see him coming, I'm like, oh, get ready.
Brooks and Dunn's in the house.
Oh, I mean, when the sun goes down his side of town, you're just like, yes.
Dude, my buddy, he has like social anxiety, right? He does not like big crowds. If they have karaoke, he will go up and sing. And he doesn't just sing, and he loves boy bands, right? Unapologetic about it. But he's like, man, I don't like being around people, whatever. And we're in a packed place. Karaoke pops up. It's like, I'm going to sing this song. And the first time that he did it, I'm like, you know what? Good for him. You know, he doesn't like big social situations. He can get in front of a crowd. Brother goes up there, and I mean, he mimics what they do in the video. So he's like pulling off his coat and opening his shirt and dropping to the floor. And I'm like, this is the same guy, right? But people, and he's pretty good at it, but people freaking love it. Then he walks off stage and doesn't want to be bothered again. I'm like, bro, you can't walk on the stage. You don't just sing. I mean, like, your shirt is open. You're on the ground. You're gyrating the whole nine, but you have social anxiety. I'm like, I don't think you do.
Two things, guys. I'm 6'2", 190, have very small teeth, and have no wisdom teeth, and I'm missing my bottom 2 rear molars. They weren't extracted. Just never got them.
You have small teeth.
6 foot, 190?
6'2", 190.
So he's like tall and gangly with tiny
With chiclets.
Teeny tiny teeth.
Yeah.
All right. Damn.
Guys, I hate my dad, but because of him and our Portuguese heritage, he introduced me to, linguiça sausage, but I can't live without it.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's kind of a cured sausage. Like, you don't have to cook it or anything. It's just ready to go, so to speak, but it is so good. You've had it before.
I
You
was
just
saying,
don't
it
realize
shows
it's
up every once in a
Portuguese.
while. Yeah.
Guys, I'm chronically late for everything. My excuse is I was born 19 days late, and my mom was even induced. Another one. Body hair. I've got Ted beat by a mile. My father had exactly 3 chest hairs. I must have had 3,000. Not to mention the back hair and shoulder hair, and the hair around the tramp stamp area.
Who's the hairy person in your family, Ted? Was your dad hairy? I don't remember him being particularly hairy. Your mother
You
is
never
not
saw him
hairy.
without a shirt on.
That
But
is
my
true.
brother, I mean, basically everybody in my family has pretty much.
So
Like,
you and your brother are hairy dudes. But
Yeah.
like so your mother, your father, like you don't look at them and go like, wow, that's a hairy family.
I'm trying to, like, my dad was pretty. His just wasn't as dark as ours.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, but everybody in my family, like my uncle Phil.
You're the hairiest guy I know, and that's not an
Yeah.
insult. That's the truth of it, with the exception of the top of your head, because that's how nature does us. Right.
So I mean, almost every Smith you'll hear be like, "I get my wife to shave my back," or like, "You got to get a buddy." I'd ask.
Shave Buddy. You guys should start a company, Shave Buddy.
Well, they have
I'll
like
come over to your
different
house and take care
versions
of it.
now. Yeah. That you're supposed to be able to do by yourself. I just told my buddies, like, look, I got a Vegas trip coming up. You got to come over next week to shave my back.
I am 59. My middle brother is 65. My oldest is 68. I'm the one who is bald. What's really amazing is that my middle brother has cancer and has somehow managed to keep the hair on top of his head. Even more amazing is that he lost the hair on the rest of his body.
Are you kidding me? He's getting cancer treatment, but he still has a full head of hair. Look, I know you don't want your brother to have cancer, but you know deep down that just pisses that guy off.
For worse, my dad and I are both working on marriage number 3.
Oh.
3rd time's a charm, right? My Uncle Bill got engaged over the weekend at 74 years
You've done, and this will be his.
This will be his. He got married at like 20 for maybe a year.
You ignore
so,
that
So I
one.
don't think he really counts that
Sure.
one. Then his second marriage, he was married for a while. And then it's been 30 years since he's been married.
So this is his 3rd marriage.
This is his 3rd.
Why? You said he's 74?
He's 74. His girlfriend's 47.
Still. Like, man.
She's from the Czech Republic. I got to show you a picture. You go like, I get it, Bill.
I get it. Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm like, I get it, dude.
No, he's that guy.
You're knee deep in love.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call it. Knee deep in love. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, she's younger than me.
Yeah.
You know, by seriously.
He's probably like, exactly.
By 9 years. 9 years younger than me.
How long's he been dating her?
Oh, about a year, probably 6 months.
Tell him to be careful.
So when I was down there last year in August, he was not dating. So it's been less than that.
Oh, really?
This is some smack stuff.
Tell him to be careful.
Of?
I went out with a girl for like 2 months, and the story I had heard is that somebody in her family had married one of these kind of mail order brides.
Yeah.
And apparently, once the marriage happened, the
sex stopped.
Not just that, like the whole demeanor, everything changed. And it went from like young hottie to like, we just have an angry old Russian woman in our house.
Yeah.
Listen.
Well, I think she's been in the country for like 40 years.
It doesn't have to
30
be
years.
mail order
like
for that
most
to
of her
happen.
life. Like she grew up here.
Come on, Mike. You can corroborate this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't be mail. Like, once you get married, then like the gloves are off, and now here's the real
just
deal.
a constant scowl on her face always.
Yeah.
Love
I thought
you.
you thought I was charming. Like, no.
I said, man, my morning routine has changed. You know, every morning, you know, when you start dating, you wake up, hi, good morning, how you doing? Hey,
You
want
ignore the morning
You
breath.
want some coffee? Yeah, exactly. But now, every time that I wake up, we sleep on 2 separate levels of our house. She's upstairs, I'm downstairs, and I hear her coming down the stairs, and I have all the animals that are down there with me. She comes down the stairs, and I hear, oh, good morning, my little baby. Oh, yeah, good
Not
morning.
you.
Did you sleep good? Morning. And she sees
Oh,
me,
no,
and I'm like, oh, okay.
I've done with them for years with those 2 dogs. Come here, Chewy.
That's right. Oh,
Are you going to take out the trash?
Right.
Time for a few birthday emails brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, my son Kevin is turning 16 today. I love him so much. Can he get some green beans, please? And the happy birthday song. That from the mom, Olympia. Thanks, guys.
Green bean. What? Green bean. Okay. Green bean. Job.
green beans.
All the guys want to wish Austin a very happy, dirty 31st birthday. Can you give him a fart montage, a smell it, and the captain talking about how he's going to rock the Lyman Tavern, playing with his accordion, and some dad jokes. Thanks so much, and rock on. That from Badass Jace.
Smell it.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. You know, the old captain is known for rocking any bar he goes to. When he plays the old accordion, people gather from far and near to watch the captain play his favorite instrument. On a side note, accordion is the nickname for my penis. Crunch Berries.
Here's a dad joke from Joe Dredd. Says I sent an email to Phil Collins hoping I could get a phone call to my wife on her birthday.
Oh, yeah.
But it didn't happen. No reply at all.
Genesis song. Oh. Very good song, by the way. Underrated.
Talk to me. What's the difference between a golf ball and a Land Rover? Difference between a golf ball and a Land Rover.
You can get a Land Rover out of water?
No, Tiger Woods can drive a golf ball 300 yards.
Oh, damn. That's good.
Did you guys...
Just for the record, I mean, I know we've talked about it. I couldn't have been the only one that burst out laughing when I saw that news.
My wife told me I just rolled my eyes like, next.
I mean, you know me, I went, you gotta be kidding me.
Even my son had to joke about it last night. I can't remember it exactly, but it's like, what's the difference between a tiger and a lion? I'm not tracking. He's like, a lion could drive, a Land Rover or something like that. I don't know. Right. Or no, a lion would never drive drunk.
Speaking of a lion... Did you guys know a lion would never flip a car over on safari?
There it was.
But a tiger would.
I think that was the joke, yeah.
Yeah, one more. I told the nurse that I was bitten by a wolf.
Oh, yeah?
She asked where. I replied, no, just a normal one. We should probably get a contestant on the line now for your guess is as good as mine. 206-803-ROCK. One more birthday request. Ola Bacholas, it's my younger brother's 36th trip around the sun. Can Coke Ted and Coach Ted argue over giving Phil some advice on how to not be a homebody on their birthday? And the captain giving the Urban Dictionary definition of crunchitize. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, you all. That from Lydia, a.k.a. Fireball.
Oh, Coach, start out. All right. Well, it's your birthday. You want to get up. You want to do stuff. Obviously, I think you want to get the hell out of the house. It sounds like whoever this is sent an email doesn't want you there anymore. Well, it's pretty simple. First of all, you got to get out of the house to acquire the cocaine. Second of all, nobody wants to sit in a room by your house doing cocaine. What you want to do is go to a bar, a crowded bar, spend the whole night in the bathroom having a blast, then come out and tell everybody about your business ideas. Happened to me 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you're right. We're going to get rich.
Well, ahoy there. First of all, listen to Coke Ted. He's actually my accountant. But as far as what crunchicize means in the Urban Dictionary, there's different things they've come up with. It means, at one point, they thought crunchicize was encouraging the captain to cover crunch berries with arsenic. That's not even a joke, part of the Urban Dictionary. Also, it's when your food is up too crunchy. They say you crunchitize it. But to the old Capitan, if I impregnate a woman who I plan on leaving, I say you've been crunchitized. Crunchitized.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, one more time for a little Your Guess Is As Good As Mine. It's an easy game to play. We get a contestant on the line. From then, you pick one of two categories and try to get as many right in said category before 3 strikes and you're out. Do we have a contestant yet ready to play Your Guess Is As Good As Mine?
We sure do. We have Sammy. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, Bachola.
Hola, Sammy. All right, Sammy. Your categories today. You have the 10 funniest stand-up comedians of all time. What I have done for you is taken the top 20. So if you get 10 right out of the 20, obviously you're going to win that one. Then we have the top 10 Easter candies of all time, ranked by popularity and sales. So do you want to go Easter candy or the funniest stand-up comedians of all time there, Sammy?
Ooh, I mean, both sound fun. Dealer's choice.
Ooh, dealer's choice.
Why don't we go stand-up comedians?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sammy, they say laughter is the best medicine. There's no better source of it than stand-up comedy. Whether you're a fan of puns, satire, or absurdity, you're sure to find something to tickle your funny bone in this list. So here we go. We have 20 on the list. If you can get 10 right, Sammy, you're going to win the category. So who do you think are some of the funniest stand-up comedians of all time? And keep in mind, a lot of these are older, a lot of them have passed on, et cetera, et cetera.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to start with my favorite, George Carlin.
He is number one. Apparently, you know what you're talking about. He was number one, I mean, without even a question. It was pretty universal on him being the number one comedian of all time.
Hank Kilmatic says George Carlin has to be number one. Well, you're right, Hank.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd have said Richard Pryor myself, but that's just me.
That was going to be my second call for the late, great Mr. Richard Pryor.
He's number 4. All right. Number 4 on the list. You're 2 for 2, Sammy. Nice work. You only have 8 more to get.
Okay. Let's go a little more modern. Let's go maybe Gabriel Iglesias. Everybody likes Fluffy.
He's 10.
Oh, no kidding. Good
he
for him.
is 10 on the list.
He actually had one of the funniest stand-ups I've seen, man.
Did you see the one about, what's it, Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
Oh, my God. He's talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He's like, I'm doing a show down in Miami at the Improv. And I get this request. Jeffrey Epstein needs 4 tickets for the show. He said, but the show is sold out. He's like, I'm the only person on this world that Jeffrey Epstein couldn't buy. Basically, just, summarize it. Yeah. He couldn't get in and see my show.
Yeah.
How about that, huh? All right, you're 3 for 3. Gabriel, Richard, and George. What's your next guess there, Sammy?
Keeping on that modern, real popular, maybe Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart is number 9.
Oh,
he is awesome stand-up wise, man. That guy is funny. All right, you've gotten 4 out of the 10. You have no strikes against you, and there are 16 comedians left out of the 20.
I would say, for my money, Dave Chappelle or Eddie Murphy would have to be on there, right?
Oh, Dave Chappelle's hilarious. Definitely Dave.
They got him at number 2.
Damn. Okay.
And that doesn't even include the Chappelle show.
Right. That's just a stand-up.
That's just a stand-up. All right.
Oh,
5
good
out
one.
of the 10. You're halfway there.
People on YouTube are saying Robin Williams. That's pretty strong.
Ooh, yeah, Robin was hysterical. And, rest in peace, but let's pick Robin.
Number 3.
Wow.
They say he's the 3rd funniest comedian of all time. Okay, there's a lot of big names left on this list. You should be able to nail this because you have no strikes.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think. Let's do Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, number 6. Okay. You got 7 out of the 10. Or 20 in this instance.
Let's go old school again. Let's do, is Rodney Dangerfield maybe on that list?
He is not on the list. But that is a great guess.
God, he was funny.
He's not in the top 20.
Maybe Chris Rock?
That's not bad.
Oh,
And there's a period. He was the man.
yeah, we can go, Chris.
Gotta go Chris Rock. Number 7.
All right.
Okay. You're killing it right now, Sammy. So far, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sammy's killing it, you see.
You've got 8 out of the 10. You've got 1 strike. You just need to pull off 2 more out of the top 20.
Okay. Can I get, are there any female comedians on that list?
Not a
We're
one.
talking about funny people, Sammy.
Not one. Not one. No Amy Schuler.
Cool. That narrows it down real quick. Okay. Shoot. Okay, I'm trying to think. Who else am I?
Well, maybe guys are online voting for this. Maybe this is not like the more popular female category of internet voting.
No, it's harder to break the funny.
Who do you think the funniest female comedian was, in your opinion?
Gosh dang it, I can see her face. Kind of heavier set.
Jenny
McCarthy?
Kathy Madigan?
No, she was really raunchy. I can't even remember her name.
Amy
I can see her
Schumer?
face, though. No, not her. It was a little older, like in the maybe early 2000s. Shoot. Anyway, okay, well, she's not on the list.
Yeah. I think, Jesus, she was massive, but she kind of had anxiety issues.
God, she was just bigger, Ted.
No massive as far as popularity, I think you said. All right, Sammy,
So
you've got
rude.
8 out of the 10.
For the record, I'd put Wanda Sykes in there. I think she's awesome.
She is tremendous.
Oh, yeah, Wanda was great too. Okay. No, I was thinking kind of modern-wise, like Angela Johnson, but if she's not on that list, then I'm not worried about it. Trying to think. Okay, can I get another hint? Is like the last two? Are they kind of more modern or?
Yeah, you've got a lot of touring comedians still on the list. Matter of fact, one's coming to the Emerald Queen Casino in a few weeks here.
Oh crap! You would think I would know that. Is it our local boy Joe Coy?
Nope, he's not on the list.
All right, let's sell out arenas though.
Yes, he does.
Okay. So you said the last two
one guy just came into town not too long ago and did Sellout Climate Pledge. He's a newer
Were you there?
comedian. Yes, I was.
Okay. He hosts a game show. Just came on.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Probably had 6 stand-up specials on Netflix within the last, 5-10 years.
Does he not know about having pizzas to order?
I was gonna say I was thinking Pete Davidson maybe, but I don't know if he should be my last guess.
Pete Davidson is on the list. You got 9. You need 1 more.
Yay. Okay. Oh man. Okay. And you said the last one should be somewhat kind of car.
Yeah, you mean there's some old school on here. There's some new school on here. Everything in between. A lot of people have passed on. Who's that?
Bill Burr.
You got it.
Nice.
He's number 16.
Wait, who was your final guess?
Bill Burr.
Ah, okay.
Nice work.
Well done, Sammy.
Is Nate on the list?
Thank you, boy.
Yes. Nate Bargatze. George Carlin, you're right on Dave Chappelle, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, Gabriel Iglesias, Pete Davidson, and Bill Burr. Those that you missed. Norm Macdonald.
Oh, yeah. All right.
As far as
I
stand-up.
love Norm, but I feel like people didn't always get his stand-up.
They didn't.
And Robin Williams, I'm shocked on the list because I don't know that I've ever seen his stand-up.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lenny Bruce. Cat Williams. Jim Carrey makes the list. Daniel Tosh makes the list.
Tosh go see him do stand-up. I know a lot of people know him from a show. His stand-up is awesome.
Bill Cosby. Mitch Hedberg. Bill Hicks. And, believe it or not, Louis C.K. and Jerry Seinfeld are also on there.
Okay.
As well. There you go.
Yeah.
With the top 10 favorite comedians. All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on Inaction News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a man named Mickey Six is tired of being harassed by his neighbor, Nicky Mouse. But first, Dr. Danny Gumbo has agreed to drop by our Inaction News studios this week for an interview.
Who is Dr. Danny Gumbo?
Dr. Danny Gumbo is a world-renowned psychologist. He has a book that explores healthy ways to resolve workplace conflicts.
I don't need a book to resolve conflicts, Playboy. I have found that denial and distraction work.
Now, Felix, those are not the tools to resolve workplace conflicts.
But they work for me, Playboy.
Speaking of which, are you the one who refuses to flush the toilet in the men's bathroom?
It is not. And what is that on your face?
What's on my face?
Nothing's on your face, man. See, denial and distraction.
I can't with you right now. No. Dr. Gumbo has more practical resolutions in mind, like addressing issues directly and privately, utilizing active listening, and focusing on mutually beneficial solutions.
In that case, I'm really sorry I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
When did you say that?
Oh, I thought you heard me when I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
No, Bonnie, I did not hear you say that.
I thought you did.
I didn't.
I did.
Bonnie, why would you say that to me?
Which part? The balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch...
All of it!
You ate the last chocolate chip cookie at the staff meeting.
Bonnie, I brought the cookies in.
I know, but they were really good. And you ate the last one.
Bonnie, I ate one cookie.
The last one.
You ate 7 of them. I had 1.
The last one.
You keep saying that.
Because it's what you did.
Because I wanted a cookie, Bonnie. And you ate almost all of them.
I was hoping to have one more. You balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
Yeah, I think maybe we should go ahead and book Dr. Danny Gumbo, resolve this workplace conflict.
Yes, I suppose you're right, my friend. We should go to break. This whole cooking business is clearly getting out of hand.
Because you ate the last one.
We have established that, Bonnie!
Oh, hi. Congratulations for being you. You have one job. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel and social media pages at Inaction News. I did it slowly for you.
Toasting this lovely afternoon.
Hola, bitches! It's a fantastic Friday outside. By the way, today's shot is brought to you by Jim Beam Black, which is why we, of course, will be drinking raw eggs. Let's see. Actually, should we crack our eggs before I even start this, man?
Dude, I tell you what.
Just so you're at the ready, man. I'm just saying. Before I even go through the whole shot. Because, listen, once we deliver the shot, it's time to drink, bro.
All right.
You can crack your eggs now?
Yeah.
All right.
How many we going for?
How many?
I'm going to stand up on this place.
I'm trying. Oh, Jesus. The big eggs.
Crack him with one hand?
No. There's only one broken in there, huh?
We should have checked. I swear to God, I'm going to sue Alfie's if this doesn't work out.
Oh my god, dude, that's a lot of eggs, man. I know! Jackass. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, I got something better now, dude. I need one more.
Will you bring me one more, please? One more egg. I know Ted's got it. Oh, one more, man, please. One more. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Nothing can use going on. That is a lot of egg. Look at that. Oh. Those could... Oh, man, this is going to just suck.
This is your idea, jackass.
Dumb idea. All right.
Because you watched Rocky.
Let's just do it, dude. Let's just do it.
Hold on. Let's go to the chopper.
I know, that's what I said. Just do it. Hold on. Rocky seems angry.
We got to get together so I can get you all on film doing it at the same time. Who cares?
Oh, hold on. Let me go through this first.
So we know why we're drinking. 15-year-old Andrei Sherbakov of Russia.
Andre has the misfortune of being the son of an abusive drunk for a father. So after things got unbearable at home, Andre decided to run away. After saving some money, he set off for the local airport in his hometown of Perm.
9.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, cut up here at 5:08. We'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Somebody has developed an app that's currently going viral that makes your MacBook moan when you slap it.
Yeah, I saw that. Sadly, I think people are like, yeah, you like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, Mac.
Never thought about slapping my computer.
No.
Not to hear it moan.
Correct.
But now that they have it, I'm more compelled to get the app. Like, what happens when I slap my computer?
I've taken one over my head before, though, and smashed it on the concrete outside my house.
Why?
I had a family member in town.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember
he was there for a week.
Uh-huh.
And while he was there, he did some interesting searches on my computer for, let's just say, some local talent. Okay? My wife had the habit of going through the history of the computer to see what she thought I didn't even know she was doing it.
Sure.
To see what I was looking at, which is mostly just show prep stuff. And, you know, I'm not gonna yank one out in the dining room, right? But he was going through some of the sites that Ted and I talked about, and then some other escort sites.
Of course.
And so she saw all this. And I'm looking at the timestamp even. And I'm like, dude, it's 11:30 on a Tuesday.
I'm at work.
Right. I'm at work. Like, this is not me. And she didn't believe me. So I was like, you know what? We don't need a computer anymore. So I took it outside and just smashed it, threw it in the recycling, and said, problem solved.
Did it moan, though?
No.
Oh.
It should have, though, based on all the searches he did.
Another one, Daddy.
It's probably like, you need help.
Well, also, too, the computer was at the end of its life, in all fairness.
Sure.
So it was already having some problems. Like, I couldn't update to the next, browser or whatever.
And now they're tracking it?
Yeah, like it was like, I don't know, Snow Leopard or something.
Oh, God.
And I was like, my computer was too old. So they basically crashed the damn thing.
Oh, Lordy. Experts in Florida are warning people not to touch the moth caterpillars that you may see in the area.
Why?
You might get a rash.
Oh.
Plus, they're a little amorous at this point. They're at the period where they're going out and getting some. So,
do you know what a moth caterpillar looks like versus a butterfly caterpillar? Are moth caterpillar, are they the fuzzy ones?
Yes.
Okay.
They're very, very fuzzy.
If you're the ugly caterpillar, you become a moth.
Yes.
If you're the brightly colored caterpillar.
Yeah, if you look like a giant puffy worm, you become a butterfly.
Okay.
If you're a big spikety furry cuddly guy, then you become a big spiky furry cuddly flying
moth.
thing.
All right.
Yeah. Who really likes lights?
Yeah. I don't know. That's hard to tell people not to touch caterpillars.
You wouldn't have to tell me that. Like, no plans to touch it.
No.
I don't care what you look like. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah.
If you have time in your life, Google the Norm Macdonald moth joke.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get there.
I've seen the moth joke. The thing is, from what I hear, there was one of the jokes.
So there's this guy, and a Polish man, and Edward Garzin,
I think he told that joke because he told it on a late night show, right?
Told it on Conan.
Right.
Conan was getting annoyed.
Right.
Because Norm.
And a beautiful family.
Right.
A lovely wife.
It's not a setup and a joke. It is an entire story about this moth's life. And you can see Conan visibly.
Right.
But Norm's like, no, hey, I got a little bit more.
From what I understand,
done with my life,
is he was on that show and he had already done his one segment.
Yeah.
He didn't know that it was supposed to be 2 segments. So they came back from a commercial.
Oh, is that what it was?
And he's supposed to have another segment. He's got nothing. He's got nothing to talk about. So he was like, screw it. I'll just blow the entire time just telling this joke. So it should only take like 2 minutes, but he extended that damn thing out to 7 minutes.
I heard this one from my cab driver. Coming here to
the
late night.
studio.
So I'll share it with you. His life was a mess.
His mouth goes to therapy. You see.
His daughter, she didn't love him anymore.
He was the master of the joke that didn't need to be that long.
Oh, yeah.
But he captivated you the entire
that's
way.
why I was shocked he was on that list of stand-ups. Like, I love Norm Macdonald, but if you've ever seen him do a show, if people don't know his comedy, like, they get lost.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, his jokes take a while.
Because it's a big, long,
and he brings them
thing.
back, but it takes a minute.
He says, Doc, I don't even know what I've done with my life. Like, who am I?
And the thing is, the punchline's like 4 words.
I'm just a mouth, and I'm trying to raise my family.
Well, the light was on.
How'd I get here?
Blobs of smelly seaweed have invaded Florida beaches just in time for spring break season.
It's been there for 2 months.
Maybe they
Call
confused
those
the
people
two.
blobs of stinky seaweed. Jesus, man.
Apparently, the air's so bad on the beach, you shouldn't even walk out there
No kidding.
because of the bacteria and stuff that can get in your lungs and your nose. And,
Just from the seaweed or
Yeah, when it breaks down and all this stuff, right? Because it washes the shore and it breaks down.
It's essentially decomposing, and you're walking on the beach and you're inhaling all this crap.
And you're drunk.
Right. You're not worried about that. You're just trying to get laid.
That is correct,
Or
sir.
find a drink. Put your thinking caps on, Jen's time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give you guys a 70% chance of success on this one, so let's start the week off right here. It's a noun brought to you by the letter O. And now this can refer to the state of something that is not remembered or thought about anymore, or the state of being unconscious or unaware.
Oblivious.
So close. It also sometimes refers to the state of being destroyed.
Obliviate.
Oblivion. Oblivion. You are all dancing around it. You're right onto it. Well done. Oblivion. There's apparently an unstoppable mushroom that's tearing through North American forests.
I read that.
Did you eat it?
I don't think so.
Is it psychedelic?
I don't know.
Then just get rid of it.
It's unstoppable, Ted.
Oh, hey.
Just keep trucking.
I've seen people fight mushrooms before. And you're right. The mushrooms generally win.
I got this. I'm fighting, Ted. Hang on.
You gonna come out of your tent? I've been in there for 12 hours. I'm cold. It's 9 degrees out here, man. Well, they turned on you.
I'm cold in here. A new major trial tested whether or not exercise or heart meds are enough to prevent cognitive decline, and found it's probably not enough.
Yeah, I mean,
it helps, but you're going to lose your brain as time goes on.
Yeah, and those are things for your physical well-being. Obviously, they both come into play, but for the most part, that's more for your physical stamina.
Correct.
Which should help your blood flow, which should help your brain.
Right.
In theory.
This is all meant to keep it from declining as fast as it could.
Correct.
But one thing doesn't trigger the other.
No.
Some people just have, something going on.
Exactly. The debate has been settled thanks to science, and it says that no, designated hitters do not give baseball teams a winning edge. Jason.
All right.
Yeah, but why would you think they do?
Some people.
I mean, I know it's just a sports argument, but it's like when you break it down,
the pitcher's tired out there. Now they have to go bat.
Maybe. I don't know.
It wasn't enough for Shohei Ohtani. That man continues to be one of the most dangerous men in baseball.
No kidding.
I mean, it seems like it should because you have an extra bat in there.
Right.
But
and
I don't know.
Literally, his only job is just to hit dingers or get on base.
Oh, he's a great pitcher.
Yeah, Ohtani's the phenom. Ohtani is the one that completely blows that argument out of the water.
That's why we talk about him.
I know.
If it were the norm, he would be average.
Right.
But he's not remotely average.
No.
And most pitchers do. I mean, unless times have changed that much. But when I was growing up, generally the best pitcher was almost a very good hitter, too.
Yeah.
If not the best.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Some people call them a good all-around baseball player.
And hell,
right.
they still do it in the National League.
They do.
Yeah.
That's my problem with Ohtani is he's still getting better. He's been in the league for how long, and he's crushed every year that he's been in there?
Yeah, Tim Wakefield was probably the best position player that also became a pitcher in my lifetime.
Whiz. Like, let's talk GOAT.
Other than Ohtani, obviously.
Have you heard Otani's thing with his bobbleheads?
No.
No.
Whenever they've done it multiple times. If they have a bobblehead night, he hits a dinger.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's like 5 for 5.
Oh my God!
I'd keep doing it.
It's something wild where it's just like, oh crap, it's bobblehead night. He's gonna hit a home run.
Son of a gun. There's a group of researchers that are developing a clear nail polish that could turn long nails into stylus, thereby removing the issue of women with long nails having issues on their phones.
Okay, so like some people when they if they're working on the computer, the little pen that they use instead of their fingers.
This guy.
Yeah.
So that's the stylus, right?
That guy.
So now your fingernails.
So now your fingernail
Become
Oh, you got a little
stylus.
pointy thing.
Exactly.
Seems like you get hung up on
It
clothes.
sounds stupid, but that actually makes sense to me.
It
Go
does.
ahead. Okay.
It doesn't sound stupid, Steve. It's a first world problem, is what we call that.
That's what that
Men's Room
is.
Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So these are the top 10 first world problems. The things that honestly we get to complain about, but let's face it, there's bigger problems at bay, okay? Number 10 being autocorrect errors.
Yes.
I face those all the doggone time. Look, I love Google Docs. As soon as I made the transition, it has been one of the best things that I've done on here.
I agree.
I love Google Docs. It's fantastic. However, its autocorrect feature screws me up in my headlines more often than it should. Especially if I'm on my phone. If I'm doing it on my phone, as I'm going, like, I'm not thinking. I'm writing up my headlines on my phone on the bus or whatever, and I'm just going and I'm going and I'm going. Then all of a sudden, I'll get in here in the studio. I didn't proofread any of this stuff before I started reading, and then all of a sudden, it's like, what was I trying to write there?
Now you got to think back. What the hell did I mean?
Right. Or you're texting your girl or something like that, and you end up it gets corrected to the wrong thing.
Okay, baby. Well, I know your name's not Sheila. It autocorrected.
Right.
Okay, this was not an errant text. It corrected it for me.
Yeah, I tried to call you a snitch.
Oh, I saw one that was great. Gal was like, "Oh, I just feel so fat these days," and he tried to type "no," and instead it went "moo."
Oh, damn!
He was not found. Top 10 first world problems: food delivery delays or missing items.
Sure.
I never thought I would get.
They forgot my fries.
Well, that's kind of a big deal.
For some.
I get it because you say, "Hey man, we're spending the money," and you go like, "Right." The first world part is they will deliver food to your home.
Correct.
The worst one is when like you order a milkshake. But like, do you have a random straw in your home? Because I don't.
No.
So now I'm like, no straw. It's a freaking milkshake. How am I supposed to? How am I supposed to eat this thing, man? Like with a spoon? What is this, Wendy's?
I had one a couple weeks ago that was even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I had ordered stuff. I didn't actually. Basically, the guy showed up. I paid all the fees. It was one fish sandwich. And I was like, what's with the fish sandwich? And I was like, I don't know if I thought I'd cancel the order or whatever, but I didn't order any other food.
Okay.
So I just basically paid like $17 for
one
fish
fish
sandwich.
Dude, it's probably like Happy Lent, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would get on the train of food delivery because I just, it was a waste of money for me. Just go to the store or whatever. And doggone Jersey Mike's hits me up because I'm on their app. They're like, we got free delivery this week. And I'm like, hey, screw it. I'll take advantage of that. I do it. I'm stuck now.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is in our state, there's so many taxes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's the
like when I have people come visit, like somebody's like, why don't we just order food? And they were like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But with that said, I still think.
But we still do it.
Pizza delivery was like the original one.
Sure.
Like I love the idea of a hot pizza showing up to your house. You can sit on the couch, watch sports, watch a movie.
I think we bitch about the cost of it, but we keep doing it.
Yeah.
I bet
Couldn't believe how much this costs. And it order a bunch of
But I'm
other
also
things.
high. I can't get in the car. And then I end up sitting there bitching on my phone like, where is he at? Well, that's to take an hour. Poor mobile signal.
Yeah.
It's weird how that's still a problem these days. We have 5G, and it goes even further. It's like, how is there still dead zones? How do we have increasingly better Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but
the
mobile
mountain
signal?
time zone.
Oh, yeah?
When you look at a map of the U.S., right? So East Coast, millions of people. Central time zone, millions of people. Pacific time zone, millions of people. Mountain time zone, like 8 people live here. We're not wasting our money. So you go, look, you'll be fine in Denver, right? But I mean, you drive out of town, you're like, I have no signal. It's like, because you're near Wyoming.
Right.
And
Because there's
southern
nothing out
Idaho.
here.
They're not going to invest in this,
No.
man.
I do like how they show the maps up there, the coverage. It's like, that area still sucks.
I know.
You know what? It's rare that it happened. It happened to me last summer or last fall. I was somewhere and like just 10 hours, I had no service. I was like, this is weird. I was like, can we get on some Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on out there.
My mom, her cell phone only works in the house if she's on Wi-Fi. So she'll typically sometimes, it's certain things she can't get on it, so she'll drive downtown just to check whatever other things that she can somehow use.
Top 10 first world problems. Slow walkers or traffic?
Yes.
I don't mind slow walkers as long as they're on the right.
But they're not.
They never
No,
are.
you do a wall of 4 people lined up walking to lunch together.
I will take slow traffic over slow walkers. I will be that guy. Look, slow traffic I kind of assume is going to happen. Cars are big, you're being careful.
And it's no one person's fault.
Correct.
Right. Slow walkers, like this is just you walking slow, taking up the entire freaking sidewalk. And, sorry, guy last week on the light rail, just on the escalator. I always like to move. I'm like a shark. I just want to move forward. Doesn't mean I'll get on the train any sooner, but I will walk down or up the escalator.
Yes.
Brother, if you're not going to walk up or down the escalator, that is fine. Why are you in the middle?
Yep.
Can you
Stay to
just
the right.
Move to the right. That's it.
And if
Get
I'm
out of the way.
if I'm walking on the sidewalk, I'm not walking on the left side of the sidewalk. I'm treating this like a road for people.
Yes.
I am on the right.
I will pass you.
Yes.
But right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
but
why are we walking 5 wide across the entire possible
That's the
walkway?
big. I mean, sometimes I walk on the left side. I'm just going down. But like, my thing is, I don't care who you are, what speed you're walking. Don't go more than 2 across.
Yes.
And then to some of my personal friends, if I slow down and let people pass, don't keep pace with me.
Right.
I'm going behind
doing
you.
a thing.
I'm maneuvering. Doggone it. My favorite's the new couple that has to hold hands all the way out here. It's like, how are you taking up the space of 4 people with 2 of you?
Just move.
Criminy.
Move out of the way. But I did realize I was an a-hole. Just like, this is bugging me so much that this guy on the escalator won't get out of the way. And the thing is, it doesn't matter.
And then
but it pisses me
It
off.
doesn't, but to me, I was a kid when like somebody taught me that. Like, you stay to the right of the escalator and let people go up because some people like to walk.
Right. And
people do understand that at the airport. That's the one place I found, like, everyone seems to understand, like, right, just go to the right.
Right. And then there's the same people that will stop in the middle of nowhere. Out of nowhere, I mean. They never check to see if there's anybody behind them. We are in a crowded airport, okay? We're going through terminals. We have to weave. There is now one traffic going that way and one lane of traffic going this way because, yet again, for whatever reason, when the terminal is loading somebody in there, we have to line up in the entire friggin' walkway because, they close the door if the line gets short.
Right.
So we've got a narrow walkway. You don't sit there and stare at what that one's doing and then just stop for a second. I will run into your back and I will not care that you're an old man and I will knock your ass down.
Also, whether you're going up or down on an escalator, when you get to the up or down, you can't just stop.
Oh my God!
The escalator does not stop moving because you did that one
right out of the gangway.
I have found that at the airport, I will just say move, and I don't mean to be like it is out of my mouth before I realize maybe I could have phrased it different. But I don't know what it is about there, and I'm in no hurry other than to get to the bar or Hudson News and buy some combos. But it's still like move.
Right.
Yeah, I get real SE, and my wife likes to remind me of that. She's like, "You were terrible at an airport." I'm like, no, I am efficient.
Top 10 first world problems. Having nothing to wear, even though you have a wardrobe full of clothes.
I don't have that problem.
You can say the same thing about your cupboard. Looking in there, I got nothing to eat today. No, you got a ton of stuff in there to eat.
You don't want to eat it. Don't buy stuff you don't want to eat. That's always my thing. Like, because my wife has said, man, there's just nothing to eat. And I get home and I'm like, this entire cabinet is full of food. The entire refrigerator is full of food. And you went to the grocery store. Buy stuff you want to eat, and this is not a problem.
It's also equivalent to doing a crossword puzzle. I can get certain words that you can't, that Steve can get.
There you go.
I can see differently when I open that cupboard than you can.
Right.
So,
there's plenty to eat.
I give a pass on that. It's just like, no, we have food. You have to think like I do on this one. And you think like you do, and we'll come together with something.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgetting your charger or having a short cable.
I hate leaving it in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that a lot.
That's an easy one. I have just skirted that problem. I have multiple chargers in my home. Because eventually somebody's going to be like, I need to try, like, open one drawer. What kind of charger do you need?
We probably have 12 chargers at home. We went to Canada this weekend, and my wife goes, I forgot to pack your charger. And she just looked at me and goes, and you don't care? I said, not at all. Nope. The phone dies. Oops.
And make sure if you're traveling outside the country, it's like to Europe, you know what kind of
oh, man, yeah.
I did not know that was a problem until I traveled abroad.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a plug. No, it's not.
I got the German variety and the Africa variety.
I had the European variety, the Scotland variety.
Yeah, you could buy one too that works for like most European countries.
Nice. Misplaced gadgets, your AirPods, your remote control, your phone. Pretty much. I feel like that's a regular thing. I can't find my. I'm like, nah, I didn't move it.
I think I lose my phone on my own probably once a month. Just, I don't know.
Phone?
Like, yeah, like you got it in your hand, you throw it down, you go take a shower or something, and then it's just like, where did I throw it? And then if it lands on a pile of black socks, you might as well forget about it.
I'm pretty anal. I just stuff like all the utilitarian stuff I don't care about. Not that you don't care, but phone, keys, all that kind of. They always go in the exact same spot all the time.
Your phone battery dying, or the low battery anxiety, as it were.
I don't have that. I honest to God, I just don't care. I really, there's no urgency. Like, I'm not going to help you in the case of an emergency.
No.
I always say this. Do what you would do if you couldn't get a hold of me. Right. And you're probably going to be more right than the answer I give you.
You've already wasted time by reaching out to me. I cannot help you.
If I'm out on the town, though, if I'm out having a night and the phone's dying, I'm worried. I got to Uber Hope.
Correct.
Those situations.
That's fair.
Yes.
And then I'll leave you with this last of the top 10 first world problems. I'm actually going to combine a couple here. But it is slow internet access or poor Wi-Fi that also includes buffering or slow streaming services.
That does annoy me because everything's at the speed of light. And I'm like, I'm not as fast at the speed of light. If you tell me it moves at the speed of light, it should be certainly faster than me.
I'll add a new one I found last night. Won't say what I was watching, but on a certain, I don't know what channel it was on, or if it was the streaming. You got to have, we need more promos.
More promos?
Whenever I was watching the Mariners game on, they just kept showing the same promo. They didn't have commercials to fill.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
know
just
what you mean.
the same promos over and over. It's like, I get it.
Fine.
I get it. It's coming up.
It was one of the Mariners.
I just ate. I don't want Chipotle.
It's just like there was no commercial. It was just promos. It's like, you have it. Like NBA basketball coming up. I get it. Stop playing the same song.
We didn't sell any other spots.
Right.
A woman was arrested on domestic violence charges, but you won't believe what set her off, Miles.
What set her off?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve a Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast Kimberly Carroll of Detroit, Michigan. Now, I'm not entirely sure why she had to appear in court, but it wasn't anything felonious. But anyway, she was scheduled for a hearing at the 33rd District in Woodhaven before Judge Michael K. McNally. Well, she decided to call it in. No big deal. They do accept that in her case. Just like I said, it's some small, trivial thing. But she phoned in without turning her screen on. Then she did turn her screen on. And the judge looked and said, you cannot be driving. Ma'am, what are you doing? Come on. Well, she said, well, Your Honor, obviously I'm not driving. That would be illegal. I'm a passenger in the car. I'll pull over right now. But the judge said, yeah, but the seatbelt, it's coming from the driver's side. There's no way you're sitting in the passenger seat. And she said, how would you be on the left side if you're the passenger in the front seat? Am I missing something? Then asked if she could possibly show the driver of the vehicle to verify the claim. She said, I absolutely can. I just have to get the driver's permission. Keep in mind, this is in court. She is on screen. The judge is watching this. The judge says, okay. She didn't ask anybody anything. The judge again says, ma'am, are you driving? She's like, I'm really not. I will pull over for you. And in fact, the car did pull over. And again, he asked to see the driver of the car. She says, well, the driver doesn't want to give their consent. They don't want to be seen in a court case. And he's like, ma'am, straight up, I know you're lying to me. She said, I'm not lying. He said, you're making it worse. Okay, so in the end, she ended up with a $1,900 fine. Because the judge was like, keep in mind, first of all, she was late to appear. She was supposed to be there at 1:30. She didn't call in until like 1:40. That's already a check against you. When the judge was looking on screen and realized she was driving, he's like, show me the driver. Yeah, she doesn't want to do it. long story short, the judge is not an idiot. She ended up getting basically a $2,000 fine because she was too lazy to show up in court and then lied to the judge, which is what pissed him off because his quote to her, and if a judge says this to you, this is never good. Do you think I'm stupid? She did not respond to that, however. She got herself a $2,000 fine. Just want to throw it out there. Let this be a PSA to people. Show up to court on time. If you don't show up to anywhere on time, show up to court on time. If you can't show up on time and you're driving your car, do not put your ass on video because the judge can see it and everyone understands. The other thing we should point out is he's also looking at her steering wheel in front of her, but hey, you know.
I know, if she had pulled over and was parked, she might have gotten away with it. But he was already pissed that she was in a car, period.
All she had to do was pull over, take off the seatbelt. Then maybe you're a passenger, but it wouldn't have mattered because the vehicle wasn't moving. So, yeah, how to compound your problem. So now she owes $2,000, and I believe she has a bench warrant now for something that was a misdemeanor in the first place. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, it's going to get tested online for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on Inaction News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a man named Mickey Six is tired of being harassed by his neighbor, Nicky Mouse. But first, Dr. Danny Gumbo has agreed to drop by our Inaction News studios this week for an interview.
Who is Dr. Danny Gumbo?
Dr. Danny Gumbo is a world-renowned psychologist. He has a book that explores healthy ways to resolve workplace conflicts.
I don't need a book to resolve conflicts, Playboy. I have found that denial and distraction work.
Now, Felix, those are not the tools to resolve workplace conflicts.
But they work for me, Playboy.
Speaking of which, are you the one who refuses to flush the toilet in the men's bathroom?
It is not. And what is that on your face?
What's on my face?
Nothing's on your face, man. See, denial and distraction.
I can't with you right now. No. Dr. Gumbo has more practical resolutions in mind, like addressing issues directly and privately, utilizing active listening, and focusing on mutually beneficial solutions.
In that case, I'm really sorry I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
When did you say that?
Oh, I thought you heard me when I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
No, Bonnie, I did not hear you say that.
I thought you did.
I didn't.
I did.
Bonnie, why would you say that to me?
Which part? The balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch...
All of it!
You ate the last chocolate chip cookie at the staff meeting.
Bonnie, I brought the cookies in.
I know, but they were really good. And you ate the last one.
Bonnie, I ate one cookie.
The last one.
You ate 7 of them. I had 1.
The last one.
You keep saying that.
Because it's what you did.
Because I wanted a cookie, Bonnie. And you ate almost all of them.
I was hoping to have one more. You balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
Yeah, I think maybe we should go ahead and book Dr. Danny Gumbo, resolve this workplace conflict.
Yes, I suppose you're right, my friend. We should go to break. This whole cooking business is clearly getting out of hand.
Because you ate the last one.
We have established that, Bonnie!
Hello, ladies.
Like what you see? You know you do. But you can see even more by subscribing to your YouTube channel and social media pages. Just search at Inaction News. I'm working on an OnlyFans account, but I don't have feet just yet. But stay tuned.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone on Profile This is played?
Oh, sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Guess who it is, Ted?
James.
James, welcome to the Men's Room. Hello, James.
James. Sound like nobody's there.
And
Sounds dead. Hang on.
Is his phone on mute? Are you muting us, James? Ah, crap.
It didn't sound like anything on the line.
Nope.
Okay, James is not there, but
Sorry,
good guess,
James.
Ted. Jesus Christ. All right, well, you gentlemen
Can I
have
be
your
James?
choice of one of three categories. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? We have Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, today, we offer you License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Let's go interior.
We go to St. Petersburg, Florida, where emergency room personnel, they have to be ready for anything. And sometimes that anything isn't what anyone else would expect. A stabbing victim was brought into the emergency room of the Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital and needed surgery for his injury. Now, while the surgery preparation work was going on, a nurse located an item hidden in the man's rectum. Now, as a result, the medical team had to unexpectedly remove the item before they could perform the surgery for the knife wound. It didn't take long to do, but the staff was not very amused at having to take that extra step because they don't want to play with your butt when they don't have to. The surgery, by the way, very successful. The man's recovering from his wounds. The question is, what did he unexpectedly have stashed in his backside?
Unexpectedly.
Look, he went in there for a knife wound. They're like, okay, stat. The nurse is like, wait a minute, there's something in his butt. Was it a light bulb? Was it a tiny vibrator? Was it a crack pipe? Or was it a condom wrapper? So light bulb, vibrator, crack pipe, or condom wrapper, what did the man have hidden in his butt that he neglected to mention What?
I mean this in the most honest way possible, but the only one there that doesn't make sense is the condom wrapper. So I'm going to choose the condom wrapper.
Okay.
I'm going to go.
None of them make sense.
I'm going to go light bulb.
I know none of them make sense.
None of them
but
make
the one
sense.
that makes the least sense is the condom wrapper.
Get a crack pipe in there. Because he already got stabbed, right?
He had already been stabbed, yeah. He
Seems
was
like-
there for that reason. And when they did their cursory x-ray, the nurse was like, Jesus Christ. All right, there's something in his butt.
I'm assuming another crackhead stabbed him.
That's very possible.
Could be. All right, what did this guy have stashed in his backside there? A light bulb, a vibrator, a crack pipe, or a condom wrapper? We'll find out next.
Oh, you son of a whore. Hang on now.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories interior decorating on profile. That's got a Florida man who had been stabbed. He went into the hospital for surgery. Just got stabbed.
Yeah.
Problem is, he also had something lodged in his backside that he'd take out before they could do the surgery based on his stabbing. Question is, what did he have stashed? A light bulb, a vibrator, a crack pipe, or a condom wrapper?
And that is the very question that I pose to you, gentlemen. Once again, I want to point out all four of those options have, in fact, been found in someone's backside, including, Mike, the condom wrapper, where we're like, why the wrapper, not the condom? It has happened before. Not in this case, not the condom wrapper. Miles, you went with the light bulb, you freaky son of a bitch that you are. It was not a light bulb. And Ted, you went with the crack pipe.
Yeah.
And you're correct.
That just seemed logical. Hanging out with other crackheads, you get stabbed.
Does it seem logical?
Yeah. But regular people don't get stabbed.
Sure.
So if it's not a domestic, I'm assuming you're smoking
On
crack.
drugs.
Right, you're on drugs on the street.
But how are you supposed to smoke crack if you can't see it with a light bulb?
You know what? Miles makes a good point.
Honestly, I think a lot more people smoke meth with light bulbs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, why is this? I'm intrigued now.
It's just like a thing. I don't know if it's something with the shape of the light bulb. I just know, like, if that's a way to smoke crack.
Oh, really?
Or meth.
I didn't know that.
Man, I am not up on my drug use.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Now, yesterday was a great day. And people say, Ted, why was it a great day?
Why was it a great day?
Thank you, Steve. Well, it certainly wasn't the weather. The weather kind of sucked.
Yes.
But I had our old buddy VD come over, did some car work. You know me, I'm always working on the car.
What'd you have done?
Actually, I was just changing a battery and an air filter.
All right.
But it was rainy, it was cold. Shout out to anybody that was at the Mariners game last night. That looked cold as hell in that stadium. But why was yesterday a great day? One of the evil empires of this world got shut down. Thanks, number one there. Thanks to UConn at the last second.
72-70, Duke, 10 seconds to go. Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up. Ah! It's good! With point three, UConn goes in front. Utterly impossible. March means drama. Astounding. All Duke had to do was hold the ball there. Absolutely. Dead in the water. To come back and win this one, 73-72. A March hero is born. Braylon Mullins hits the dagger.
All right. The main thing you got to understand is Duke's the number one seed.
Yep.
UConn's a 2 seed. UConn's
They're very good. Sure.
But Duke was up, 15 or 17 at half. A number one seed in that big of a game had not given up that lead. And then he's right. I want to say they still had a timeout or two. They inbound the ball. They basically could have held on to it or called a timeout. Look, they're just Boozer's, I think, a freshman. He just kind of panicked, and he threw that ball up. It got knocked down. The other guy, so then I'm yelling at the screen. I'm like, just get it 2, right? They didn't have to hit a 3. It was a 2-point game. But they kind of get confused. That kid launches that shot. You heard it, just pure net. It was awesome. That's why you watch this tournament in March Madness.
There were 10 seconds left in the game, and if you don't know, the whole thing is, so UConn's down by 2 at the time.
2.
And I can't say a lot of times, generally speaking, for that to happen, the team inbounding the ball is the one that's going to take the final shot. Should have been UConn. It's not UConn, it's Duke. So like you said, all Duke has to do, seriously, is not F it up.
No, they just got to hold the ball and get fouled.
You're correct.
Right. And they go to the line and make one.
And that was their plan, I believe. But like you said, Boozer kind of panicked. I don't know why he tried to launch his pass. Anyway, UConn tips it. It drops to UConn. Keep out. There's now less than 10 seconds left. So it's still a scramble drill. They throw it back to this guy who's, 5 feet behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even close to the line.
Now, for me, I did not watch the game. We watched maybe the last 4 minutes of the game.
I watched the second half.
And we're like, okay, so there's 10 seconds left. Duke is up. They're going to inbound the ball. Traditionally, it is almost impossible to lose that based on the situation. I'm putting on my shoes to take the dog out. My wife said, do not take the dog out. I said, but come on, man. And she's like, look, it's college basketball. You don't know what will happen. I'm like, yes, we do. Duke's going to win. All they have to do, you can't possibly F this up. And then they did. And then the guy hit that shot. And then I'm screaming holy ass at the top of my lungs for my daughter.
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome.
What? I'm like, I'm not talking to you, baby. Don't worry, nothing you care about. That was one of the best ends to a game I've seen. And the crazy thing is, so just understand, the team that won had the lead for exactly 0.4 of 1 second of that entire game.
Yeah.
But it's the last 0.4 of the last second.
I don't care how good a kid is coming out of high school, right? At the end of the day, you're still talking about an 18, 19-year-old. I don't care how many stars he had. When you're in those pressure situations, like, they just haven't been there. UConn's got a few older guys. Hurley keeps that. Most of his guys stay. So I think Duke, I mean, that's just what happens. You got a freshman or a sophomore, hasn't been in that spot, and they panic. Chris Webber is not a dumb basketball player. In the championship game, once he called a timeout that they didn't have, what I want to say against North Carolina or Duke, I can't remember, and they lose that game, right? Like, these things happen.
They do.
It's a pressure situation. Now, the kid from UConn that hit the shot, obviously you don't want to curse when you're talking, but he was so fired up. This is a pure reaction. I like it.
I mean, I don't know. I looked up on the clock, and it said 5 seconds. So I tried to get the ball to somebody who had made one in the game, and he wanted to throw it back. So, I mean, I saw 3 seconds. It was the last shot. Just happy to see that go in. So it feels so good to go back home. I can tell you that. I'm so excited. But we're ready for Indy.
That guy's mom cussed a lot in that ball.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this old woman just dropping F-bombs. I'm just like, this is awesome. So it's UConn, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan.
And Michigan absolutely destroyed Tennessee.
So is that Thursday night?
No. Final Four will be on Saturday. You have 2 games, and you'll have the national championship on a Monday night game.
Yeah.
God forbid, kids get to stay up and see it. But like I said, good weekend of sports. I did watch the F1 race. It was in Japan. So I mean, Japanese food Saturday night.
Oh, did you?
So we had some beef teriyaki and rice, and then I made some gyoza.
Ooh.
I didn't make them.
Right.
I bought them at frozen at Trader Joe's.
You heated them up.
I cooked
Did
them
you go out and pick up teriyaki?
I cooked them in a pan. Now,
you make it at home?
My good friend from the brand of Kevin's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a Seattle tradition. I don't even know if they know about it in Japan.
Well, it is funny.
I guess it's as close as you can get.
I mean, that's basically what I did, right? I had some frozen shrimp tempura, I had some gyoza, and then, I cooked up the kind of pre-made Kevin's already.
So you went to Trader Joe's?
I went to Trader Joe's, yeah. It was pretty solid. But anyhow, it was good. And then, like I said, and credit to NBC, they had their basketball game. I was like, already basketball area, but I also watched the Mariners game. Again, Mariners game looked cold. But my brother even texted me during the game. He said, have you been yet? I said, I haven't been this season. He's like, you got to get one of the ferries full of food.
Yeah.
Because the guy was eating it, right? And the ferries float. And I had said it earlier that day to somebody. I said, I got to get one.
What's in it?
I think you
Is it just the serving vessel? You can get different stuff?
It's the serving vessel. So you can get like fish and chips in it.
Right.
I think you can get chicken fingers in it. I think you can get fries. It's how they serve it. And again, I don't take baths. I don't know what I'm going to do with this ferry that floats, but I want one.
You're going to take it someplace where there's some water and you're going to watch it float away.
I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll take it to a lake with me.
Let it go. Put it back in nature.
Yeah, I love they're like, oh, it floats. Like, you want us to litter? I mean, like, guys, that's the worst idea.
The only time I've ever eaten out of a boat's a sushi restaurant.
Yeah, you got to have
I was out with my daughter and her boyfriend, and they brought out a boat. And I'm like, this is amazing.
Well, when's the last
I'm eating
time
out of a boat.
When's the last time you just ate in water?
I don't know.
I never.
Oh. I had a breakfast burrito hot tub once.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You're a sexy
I never
mofo.
did think to eat in a hot tub.
You're not living.
Hang on, man. I got a breakfast burrito and a hot tub.
Hey, baby. Did you wake up in the morning and just eat
honey.
the breakfast burrito in the hot tub?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to be very careful. All right, so these are some of the most absurd snacks from Major League Baseball in 2026. Arizona Diamondbacks have a Take Me Out to the Ball Game shake. It's a milkshake with whipped cream, peanut butter sandwich cookies, and Cracker Jacks.
I'd eat it.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I don't need the Cracker Jacks, but everything else I like.
Am I the only one
like
who
Cracker
thinks you
Jacks.
should be able to suck a milkshake through a straw?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe that firmly.
How am I going to suck down peanut butter sandwiches and Cracker Jacks?
I'm going to try.
I think it's one of those spoon straws. You know what I mean? Like the kind with a Slurpee.
I hear what you're saying, Montgomery. I don't like it.
All right. Don't order it. That's a terrible ballpark. You never want to go there anyway. You never want to go to the Bob. It's just
The Houston Astros have piqued my interest with this one. They got a brisket donut. It's exactly what you think. It's a donut with brisket inside, topped with barbecue sauce and mac and cheese.
Are they doing that like a cheeseburger, do you think? Or is the brisket baked into the
it's
donut?
in there.
Okay.
Did we ask for that?
You didn't. I didn't think I did, but apparently I did. The Glizilla.
Oh.
It's a 2-foot long hot dog. This is down in Colorado Rockies, topped with whatever you want. They say if it's too big, don't worry. It's designed for sharing. And like they wrote in here, like, you want a lady and a tramp, a glizzy with me?
God.
Each guy from one end?
Yeah, meet you in the middle, bud.
Hey, Sean, you want to get one of these?
Yeah. No tongue. When we meet at the pickle in the
Both
middle.
in with chili on your lip.
The Schwarr Bomb Sundae, Philadelphia Phillies, the mini helmet of ice cream topped with a funnel cake fried Uncrustable, strawberry sauce, and fruity cereal.
It's just
world.
I would do any one of those things individually. Like, to me, a funnel cake Uncrustable sounds pretty good.
You ever had a deep fried Uncrustable?
No.
It's delicious.
I still haven't had one, but I've heard it's very.
Did you do the grilled PB&J?
I did not.
Okay.
The first year we went to F1 in Vegas, the section we were at, it was like catered by like Wolfgang Puck or somebody.
Okay.
So it was like deep fried PB&J. So I was like, I'm getting one of those. And then it showed up and I was like, this is, man, he's just frying Uncrustables back there. Which is fair.
It is the secret to my success.
Kansas City Royals, you can get a s'mores quesadilla. Quesadilla is normal size, but it's got Nutella, marshmallow fluff, and graham crackers crumb.
Yeah, it sounds like a dessert.
Okay.
Here's the best one, Miami. They have the machete. They also have a Chicago White Sox. Carne asada quesadilla.
Oh, yeah.
2 foot long.
In.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. I would eat that in a heartbeat.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, Mariners, they split the series over the weekend?
They did.
So I would say Mariners fans, chill out. Sky's not falling.
No.
My God, it's still March. I just stop. Jesus God.
Right, it's an ebb and flow. At one point, they will look like the best team in baseball. And at some point, I'm saying July, you're going to be like, I'm quitting this team. They're awful, but they have pitching. They have a lot of hitting. Unfortunately, they keep hitting dingers the first 2 games with nobody on base.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see what happens. If you
It's still March, Mike.
You're still going to let me down. I know it. They do it every damn year, Steve.
You had to go through October to be let down last year.
I did.
Yeah, 7th game of the ALCS. If you like NBA basketball, Peacock's got you covered tonight with NBA Monday.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Here's your Beat Migs cheat sheet.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on Inaction News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a man named Mickey Six is tired of being harassed by his neighbor, Nicky Mouse. But first, Dr. Danny Gumbo has agreed to drop by our Inaction News studios this week for an interview.
Who is Dr. Danny Gumbo?
Dr. Danny Gumbo is a world-renowned psychologist. He has a book that explores healthy ways to resolve workplace conflicts.
I don't need a book to resolve conflicts, Playboy. I have found that denial and distraction work.
Now, Felix, those are not the tools to resolve workplace conflicts.
But they work for me, Playboy.
Speaking of which, are you the one who refuses to flush the toilet in the men's bathroom?
It is not. And what is that on your face?
What's on my face?
Nothing's on your face, man. See, denial and distraction.
I can't with you right now. No. Dr. Gumbo has more practical resolutions in mind, like addressing issues directly and privately, utilizing active listening, and focusing on mutually beneficial solutions.
In that case, I'm really sorry I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
When did you say that?
Oh, I thought you heard me when I called you a balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
No, Bonnie, I did not hear you say that.
I thought you did.
I didn't.
I did.
Bonnie, why would you say that to me?
Which part? The balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch...
All of it!
You ate the last chocolate chip cookie at the staff meeting.
Bonnie, I brought the cookies in.
I know, but they were really good. And you ate the last one.
Bonnie, I ate one cookie.
The last one.
You ate 7 of them. I had 1.
The last one.
You keep saying that.
Because it's what you did.
Because I wanted a cookie, Bonnie. And you ate almost all of them.
I was hoping to have one more. You balding old sack of with a shriveled up 2-inch who can suck on the business end of a horse's wearing a silk.
Yeah, I think maybe we should go ahead and book Dr. Danny Gumbo, resolve this workplace conflict.
Yes, I suppose you're right, my friend. We should go to break. This whole cooking business is clearly getting out of hand.
Because you ate the last one.
We have established that, Bonnie!
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on Inaction News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Did you know that in the United States, someone crashes their car 13 times every 60 seconds?
Wait, what?
Someone crashes their car 13 times every minute here in the United States.
Well, damn, take the license.
Well, they're car accidents, Felix.
Exactly. They're not fit to drive, Stone.
You've never been in a car accident.
Of course I've been in a car accident. I've been in 3 car accidents in my entire life.
Well, then you understand that accidents do happen.
Yeah, about 3 times in a lifetime. But who crashes the car 13 times every 60 seconds? That is ridiculous, Stone, and I think the license should be taken away.
Felix, okay, it's not the same person crashing their car 13 times every minute.
You literally said someone crashes a car 13 times every 60 seconds.
I didn't mean one specific person, Felix. That's a statistic. Every 60 seconds, 13 different people have gotten into a car accident.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Felix, I'm trying to do a public service announcement reminding people not to text and drive. Why do you always have to derail everything?
My bad, Playboy. Yeah, everybody don't text and drive. Seriously, Stone, that's all you have to say.
Please join us at Inaction News on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
With Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A Kentucky man is arrested for robbery after winning a $167 million Powerball jackpot.
Robbery?
Robbery.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a New Mexico zoo is daily opening is delayed after one escaped elephant needed to be caught. $5 million Airbnb is destroyed by 800 partying teens. A woman denied sex by her boyfriend, beats him with a belt that she took from her jeans. And a seeing eye dog identifies a blood clot in owner's leg and saves his life. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story, we're going to Chihuahua, Mexico, where the ladies are going to get some, or else. Police were called to a local home on reports of a domestic violence incident that had occurred. Inside, officers found the couple along with their young daughter, with the man sporting some fresh injuries. The story goes that the woman armed herself with a belt and mercilessly beat the man while hurling insults his way, all because he refused to have sex with her. The attack left him with injuries to his arms and back, and he says that on top of that, of the insults that she tossed his way, she searched his phone without permission as well. She was arrested and faces charges.
Did you see her picture?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did.
I believe the FARC headline was, "I can fix this woman."
Yes.
I can cure her ill, even if you do block out her eye line.
Because now you can't recognize her.
Unless
anyone that knows her knows it's her.
Yeah,
they
no
put
kidding.
one little bar over her eyes.
Right.
I'm like, really? Okay.
I think it works. I'm not here.
It's like a little kid playing hide and go seek.
You don't see her. In other news, an Airbnb in Texas is going to be closed for a while thanks to a raucous guest. The home is owned by a man that chooses not to live there but rents it out as passive income. And being that the property is a $5 million mansion, he's able to get by as he rents it out. But this latest group had reserved the mansion and informed the owner that it was for a party of 7. Modest group. But on one fateful night during their stay, police got reports of gunshots coming from the home.
Damn.
And moved in to investigate. What they found was several armed men at the gate of the house, threatening to kill people. And after taming that fire and moving into the home, officers found a few more than 7 people in the house, Ted, as the party was advertised on social media and swelled up to an impressive number of roughly 800 people inside that mansion. Upon seeing authorities, scores of people went fleeing as others were arrested. The owner is shocked and devastated by the condition that his home was left because there was 800 people in there that didn't give a damn about what he had going on. As you can imagine, it was decently destroyed by the time that he got in to check the damage. The guests are facing charges. He said the wall fixtures were taken out.
Everything.
The granite countertop was smashed because he assumes that they were up there dancing on the table and they busted the doggone thing. Like, I get that parties can get fun. How did they get that destructive?
And how old were the people that rented it?
20s somethings. They were a younger group.
That's crazy.
Right.
And also, I just don't know that you can rent an Airbnb and think they don't have a Ring camera. Like, they know what's going on.
Right.
And don't post it on social media.
Right.
And that's the big thing. Everyone will show up.
Good lordy.
And the thing is, look, this has been going on for ages, right? It happened when I was in high school, right? Like, somebody throws a party, people hear about it. People you don't want to be there will show up.
Guaranteed.
Bum rush it, and like they will just destroy it to destroy it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh God, yeah.
Whiz.
Yeah, we had a cop show. We threw one party, and it was going to be a big party, maybe 60 people. Probably 150 people showed up. It was a good party until the very end. The irony is that what kind of made things go south, I knew the 2 guys involved. I knew the one guy involved. The one dude, very hardcore brother, but he was like, man, it wasn't me. I'm like, I know it wasn't you. That's not your MO. But another guy who was kind of a friend of a friend of a friend of ours showed up. Someone stepped on his shoes. And it's like, dude, we have a 2-window wide townhome. It's inevitable. They did not do it on purpose, but he couldn't let it. It became this big thing. Right. Cops showed up.
I threw one party. It was a banger. Fight broke out. I just looked at my buddy and I said, cops are here. He goes, they are? I said, that's what we're saying.
That's what we're telling
Everybody ran. Everybody was out of the house by 11 p.m. Mike.
Nice.
So my brother came home. He's like, thought you were having a party. I was like, it's already done.
Yep.
Came and went. Down in Albuquerque, where the zoo had to delay its opening. Staff walked in to start the day when they noticed something out of its place within the facility. An Asian elephant that had sprung from her enclosure. They reviewed security footage and determined that she was able to...
I don't know why that is making... Good. Can we just call it an elephant?
Nope.
There's African and Asian elephants.
Asian one.
There's African elephants and Asian elephants.
Can't trust either one.
How do you tell, Miles? They reviewed security footage and determined that she was able to lean up against one of the fences, causing her to break the welds holding her in, and she took a stroll about the park. Emergency protocol was activated, and Alice was brought back into her enclosure without further incident, where she was examined by vet staff just to be on the safe side. The zoo was delayed its opening by about a half an hour, and the elephant enclosure remains closed to the public for just a few days as they complete the repairs.
Yeah, until you figure out how she got out. Like, this is
They said she leaned on it and figured it out. Like, yeah.
It's an elephant.
Dang it. But just in case the story's up to bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Man's best friend continues to earn his title as we hear the story of a black lab by the name of Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
That's a great name for a dog.
That is nice.
Look out for Jerry.
Damn it, Jerry.
He was partnered with one Luis Perez after being trained as a seeing eye dog and was tasked with helping Luis throughout his life as his MS diagnosis continued to make his life more difficult than it needed to be. Recently, Luis told of how he was suffering pain and discomfort in his left leg, which he felt pain through as he attempted to move it in certain positions, and he attributed the issues to his MS. But after noticing that Jerry continued to lay his head on Luis's leg several times, he and his wife decided to go to the hospital. Turns out Luis was suffering from deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot in his leg that was sitting on the exact spot that Jerry continued to lay his head. Luis was treated immediately, and Jerry's being credited by all around as a hero.
Nice. Good work, Jerry.
Well done, Jerry.
But Jerry is steak. Smelled it out.
He's a race car driver and a hero. We heard Primus earlier today.
Yeah.
Men's Room Sports, you got NBA basketball on Peacock, hockey on NHL, college tournament basketball on ESPN, and the Mariners host the New York Yankees over on Mariners TV. First pitch is at 6:40. As far as your weather, should have a few clouds tonight, bringing temperatures down to about 37. Tomorrow, they're predicting a decently sunny afternoon with a high of 59. That is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Bands, its biggest hits were actually cover songs coming up tomorrow on Sit and Spin. The lovely Jolene is up in seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man.
A Double Flush production.